Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Fernando Buesa Arena in beautiful Vitoria-Gasteiz in Spain, where you join us for the championship face-off.
Turkish Airlines, 7 days, and Winline, official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Between the two teams who have progressed through to this final game in markedly different fashions. CSKA Moscow prevailing in a bruising encounter, a comeback encounter against Real Madrid. Anadolu Efes Istanbul absolutely blowing away Fenerbahçe Istanbul. CSKA Moscow were the first team to arrive first. We'll get a sense of their mood in just a few moments' time. But first of all, let's get a scene set from their head coach, Dimitris Atudis, and see how he reflects on that semi-final and how he's looking ahead to his bid for another EuroLeague title.
We need to go out there and hustle and play the 50s ball or go for nobody's ball. Those are details that might not be written in any paper. You know, the consistency that we're going to have on sacrificing bodies and play physically, it's something that is very important for such game.
In stark contrast to CSKA Moscow, who had to overturn a 14-point deficit to book their place in this final by defeating Real Madrid, Anadolu Efes Istanbul were absolutely sensational. You wouldn't think that they were on the Final Four stage. They played with such freedom and in the end ran out runaway winners over Fenerbahçe Istanbul, led by Shane Larkin, who set a record for the Final Four in terms of performance index rating. He was absolutely unstoppable all night long, and in the build-up to this contest, Coach Ataman said that this is Efes' first final and they are going to win it. Let's see if he's still thinking as bold when he arrived at the arena. Let's hear from him now.
All season we played good basketball. Every game, every day, we improve our basketball. We have fun, we give spectacular for the people, and now it's the last 40 minutes to reach the cup.
So the championship game from the Fernando Buesa Arena in Vitoria-Gasteiz in Spain is Anadolu Efes Istanbul against CSKA Moscow. And this is how the teams arrived through their final four encounters. Anadolu Efes Istanbul beating Fenerbahçe. CSKA Moscow with a tough win over Real Madrid. Let's pause now and enjoy this light show.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know if you got a man or not, if you make plans or not, if God put me in your plans or not. I'm tripping, this drink got me saying a lot, but I know that God put you in front of me. So how the hell could you front on me? It's 1,000 views, it's only one of me. I'm tripping, I'm caught up in the moment, right? That don't kill me, can only make me stronger.
What a spectacular preamble to what promises to be a fantastic final. And Joao Lucas, talk us through the main men we've highlighted.
Sergio Rodriguez, Ron, had an incredible first half the other day. Pretty much led the team to wear that victory in the first half. And of course, Nando De Colo's had 3 straight games on this court, including Game 3 and Game 4 of the playoffs, where he's been in the mid-20s. Look at these numbers: 23 points in 27 minutes in the semifinal. 2 for 5 from 2, but 2 for 5 from 3, but 13 for 14 from the foul line. That's exactly what he does. He draws fouls, and now it's my boy Micic. You gotta stop him, because you know what Shane Larkin is doing. So you gotta stop one of the two, and there's Shane Larkin. Both these teams, Ron, have the double-headed monster from the outside the perimeter. They penetrate, they make defenses converge, and they kick out and they get everybody involved. Look at that game by Larkin the other day. Huge game in a big-time moment.
Crowd enjoying that spectacular light show and the creativity that went with it, and getting a glimpse of the trophy. But which of these rosters will be going home with it tonight, Joe?
You gotta love the fact that these two teams are hungry. CSKA wants to get back to glory. Efes just wants to get into glory, Ron. This is just gonna be one of those games. And you see Efes lineup right here. Larkin and the boys. You got Mormon, also the big man who comes out shooting. James Anderson had a big night, but it's Micic. And I love the leadership of Kurnazov Simon, and it's going to be a huge one. They're going to need leadership tonight. They're a young team.
Well, that man has been involved in Final Fours before. The second leading shot blocker of all time in the EuroLeague, and just look at that face and tell me that he isn't ready to play. His head coach, in stark contrast, has been the epitome of relaxation in the build-up to this.
Did he call the win the other day?
He called the win. He said it's our first final and we are going to win it. And prior to that, when we did the opening press conference, Joe, he said when we win this final, we're not going straight back to Turkey. We're going via Ibiza.
Well, I talked to him yesterday. I told him I'm going with them if they win. And I'll buy my own ticket. I got a place to stay, Ron.
So now for the introduction of CSKA Moscow.
Guard number 7, Ivan Ukov. At guard number 13, Sergio Rodriguez. At forward number 20, Andrei Vorontsevich. At forward number 21, Will Clyburn. At guard number 22, Corey Higgins. Guard number 23, Daniel Hackett. At forward number 41, Nikita Kurbanov. At center number 42, Kyle Hines. And at center number 44, Othello Hunter. The coach of CSKA Moscow is Mr. Dimitris Itoudis. And now let's meet the players of Anadolu Efes Istanbul. At guard, wearing 0 on his back, Shane Larkin. At guard, wearing number 1, Rodrigue Beaubois. At guard, number 4, Duis Balde. At forward, number 12, Brock Notum. At center, number 15, Sertak Shani. number 18, Adrian Moerman. At guard, number 19, Burhan Tuncer. At center, number 21, Tibor Slice. At guard, number 22, Vasile Mitsi. At forward, number 23, James Anderson. At center, number 42, Brian Dunstan. And guard, number 44, Brunoslav Seymour. The coach of Anadolu Efes is Mr. Ergin Ataman. Ladies and gentlemen,
So handshakes between the head coaches and the respective rosters at half court, and these, Joe, two of the most potent offenses in the league. Anadolu Efes Istanbul, the fourth most potent offense. CSKA Moscow, the second, but just look at the shooting percentages.
That's what's most amazing about it. Second place in three-point is Efes, and third place is CSKA in three-point percentages.
So two teams who know how to put the ball in the basket. What will this stage, this championship stage, do to their freedom and their flow? Nando De Colo, already a Final Four MVP, of course. Daniel Hackett, a lockdown ball defender. He brings lots of intensity.
I love Hackett. He's a guy that's so important to this team. Plus, you got Kurbanov coming in. Will Clyburn is good to see in the lineup. He went down to an injury the other day. We were worried about him. And of course, Othello Hunter, who in the semifinal game had a huge offensive rebound and gave his team a bunch of momentum. Of course, head coach Dimitris Idounis, who did one of the best jobs I've ever seen from a coach in a Final Four in the semifinal game. But he told me, he's like, I want you to tell me that on Monday morning, Joe. And now, of course, for the Efes starting five, it's the man, Shane Larkin, Mr. April right now, Mr. May also, and Misic, Borman is going to come out, and he's a leader in this team trying to hit 3 points. Going the small lineup here with James Anderson, and then, of course, the shot blocking intimidator, who is so pivotal also in the semifinal game, and Ergin Ataman, Mr. Confidence Health. Ron, this team is confident, they have momentum, and they're hungry, man. They're ready to roll.
So too are the fans. So now the respective starting fives making their way out to center court for the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague anthem. The final time we will hear that pre-game in this 2018-19 season. Huge moment in the careers of all of these players.
It's one of my favorite parts, Ron, watching the faces of these guys 1 minute before the game's going to start. You're going to see some serious game faces right now.
It's like the moments before the opening bell in a World Heavyweight Championship bout. All of the training, the preparation has been done, and Bryant Dunstan is ready to go.
Here we go, Ron, and from the technical standpoint, I'm looking right away at Coach Idounis' plan with Shane Larkin, because it's going to be important to shut him down. And I'm also looking at what Ataman's going to do with De Colo and Suzy Rodriguez, because his plan the other day was to trap Bobby Dixon on every pick and roll. So that's going to be the key, is perimeter defense tonight.
So Ergin Ataman looking to become the first Turkish head coach to win the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Dimitris Idounis looking to add to the title that he won in 2016. So the 2019 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Championship game is underway. It's Anadolu Efes Istanbul who control the opening tip. Mitsic finds Larkin. He's double teamed immediately because helping out with Othello Hunter. Dunstan sets the screen at the top of the perimeter. It goes inside to him. The rotation, James Anderson for three. Count it! And they have started as freely as can possibly be.
Absolutely perfect offensively. Get the ball inside, conversion defense, and Anderson loves that spot on the floor.
So DeColo, here's a #1 three-point marksman in the league, and he says, touche, what a start to this championship final. Nikita Kabanov from downtown ties things up at 3.
Ron, these boys are hotter than you and I up here, man. We are rolling, but they're rolling even more.
Larkin sees the lane and he fakes out the D and gets his first points on the board. The playoff leading scorer faked out the entire CSKA Moscow defense and opened it up like a cheap zip fastener to put FS up by 2.
He's already got me out of my seat.
So DeColo working the dribble, picked up by Dunstan, swing pass to Hackett, doesn't really get in a triple threat position, but gives it to Hunter. Hunter's got the open baseline, instead he comes middle against Dunstan. Dunstan gives him a bump, turnaround Jay is in and out, rebound Adrian Moyamon.
Dunstan is such a great defender on the low post, using his body on Hunter.
Mitsic sees another lane and gets all the way to the cup and slices, making like George Gervin as he swept to the glass and flipped it in with the underhanded scoop.
Confidence, momentum, and hungry, baby. That's what I'm going to call it all night. Those 3 things.
Hackett in the low post. He's got a size advantage over Larkin, and Larkin, to prevent him getting into lane, applied the hand check immediately, and he's called for his first foul.
And if you're Larkin, you have to be careful. You know, that's a cheap foul right there. You had help, you had Hackett posting up. Let him play a little bit. You don't want to pick that one up so early in the game. A second one comes, and Coach Adamman will have to question what he does with his players.
So Kabanov, who's got CSKA's sole bucket so far. DeColo drives baseline, gets to the glass, and he uses his body so well. He makes it a 2-point advantage for FS, reducing that gap.
Yeah, that's classic Nando DeColo right there, but Larkin made a nice play of just putting his body in the way and getting out of it before getting that second foul.
Here's Larkin on the ball now. Othello Hunter shuffling his feet furiously to stay in front of him. Lots of contact in the paint. Look at Bryant Dunstan get down, and it's Nikita Kabanov who comes up with it. And he sees the lane, goes all the way to the bucket. He's challenged mid-air. What a finish in the face of the two-handed attempted check from Adrian Moyamon.
You remember back in the day when people got championship games, just kind of took it slow? Not this game.
Getting a hand in the passing lane is Nikita Kabanov, and remember, he bagged a career-high 6 steals against FS earlier this season.
What a move there by Korbanov, getting to the hoop, using his body on Mormon and still finishing the play.
Back iron on that shot from Mitsic, and DeColo using his speed, pushing down court. James Anderson got a piece of it into the baseline. He's buffeted like a bumper car. But still, the ball squeaks its way out and gets to Clyburn. Clyburn looking to back down Anderson. It's one-on-one into the lane. Turnaround hook, the quick release. Missed everything. Othello Hunter couldn't get the offensive board.
Good defense there by Anderson, but Clyburn is so difficult. He'll take it down low and he'll shoot the 3 also.
Inside to Dunstan. Kabanov comes over to help. Mitsic sees a lane baseline, kicks out to the perimeter. Larkin for 3. Count it. Shane Larkin hits his first 3 of the night on his first attempt. FS up by 3.
It's always dangerous, Ron, when you give a 3-point shooter his first look that open, and Larkin drains it.
DeColo drives and kicks to Kabanov. Clyburn fakes the 3, working on Moyamon. He'll fancy his foot speed advantage against the French forward. But he's pulled up for a 3. It's a one-man offense, then why not when you can connect from long range like that? The 3-pointers continuing to flow.
Are you kidding me? He dribbles him into the lane, can't get him. Mormon does a great job. He's like, I'm gonna take it back outside, big guy. I'll take it out here. And drops another 3. What an offensive series right there for Clyburn.
So Moyamon gives it to Anderson. Dunstan sets a big screen. Ball way out beyond the 3-point line. DeColo almost lost his footing. Anderson sees a lane, drives aggressively over the top of the outstretched hand of Othello Hunter. James Anderson with 5 points in the game on perfect shooting.
Hey, Ron, I know my job is not to ask you questions, but can I get a timeout? Can we call a timeout from up here?
We've got to catch our breath as Clyburn drives the lane. Dunstan comes across to help. Draws iron off the window. Othello Hunter fighting for the offensive board. FS come away with it. Mitsic using his speed. Gets down to the halo before pulling back out and gives it to Anderson. Now back with Micic again, working on Hackett. Oh, that's an elbow to the face, and it's being picked up by the officials. Looking to get loose, and we talked about the fact that Hackett is a lockdown ball defender. Look at his tenacity here.
Yeah, cutting off the lanes perfectly on Micic right there as Hackett. He takes a shot to the head. It's accidental right there. Micic is trying to find his position and gets it up around the neck area, but great defense by Daniel Hackett. He doesn't put much numbers up, but he does D up.
So both teams remain perfect from three-point territory. 2 for 2 as Hackett looks from long range. Hustling after the offensive board, getting down low to get the ball with Larkin, and then it's a rugby scrum on the hardwood, demonstrating how valuable possession of the basketball is here in the championship final.
If you're in a championship game and you are not getting blood on your knees and getting on the floor, and right there in that situation, Hackett knew his shot was short. The most dangerous offensive rebounder on the floor is the guy who shoots the ball. He knows where the ball's going, and Hackett did a good job of retaining that possession.
So approaching the midpoint of the first period, as the three wise men confer near the sidelines.
I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about. The jump ball definitely went to Efes in the beginning of the game. So if that was called a jump ball, it's no doubt it's Jessica's ball. Maybe they're talking about the time on the shot clock right now, because they're only giving them 14 seconds on the possession. Maybe that's what they were talking about over there.
So Clyburn receives the inbound. DeColo upstairs, it goes to Othello Hunter, who soars high and hammers it home with 2 hands to tie the game at 12.
And after DeColo makes a couple passes like that, it's what opens up his offensive prowess.
So Kabanov fouling Vasilija Micic.
Look at the beautiful pass. And you know what happens in a pass like that is he reads the fact that Dunstan's body language, his body momentum is going forward, and he gets it just in time to get up, because Dunstan did a good job of recovering, but because his body was moving forward before the pass was thrown, DeColo caught him off guard.
So halfway through the first quarter of this 2019 championship game here at the Fernando Buesa Arena, and it is all square. 12 points apiece. Lights out shooting from the perimeter by both teams as Larkin shakes off Hackett, gets into the lane. Rapid ball moving around the perimeter. Anderson breaks DeColo's ankles and then drains the 3. Oh my goodness, call the paramedics, because Nando DeColo may have sprained his ankle.
Efes can only hope so, Bria. That was a shake-off right there. And a step-back 3 by Anderson. He is on fire. I love his confidence.
Well, it's a long-range 2 because only 2 points have been put on the board. Clyburn kicks to Corey Higgins into the game, and instant offense off the bench, just add ball. CSKA Moscow lead for the first time in this final.
That's huge for Higgins. I talked to him about not making a shot till the end of the game the other night, and he wanted that one.
Moyamon for 3 off the feed from the low post, in and out. DeColo with the offense, the defensive board.
DeColo's going to bring this up slow, but Mormon loves that 3-pointer. It's a good setup for him. It's a great shot. Watch out here, low post.
Mismatch for Clyburn. He kicks. Corey Higgins almost thought about the pull-up 3. There's a huge mismatch in the low post for Clyburn. And rejected by Dunstan, the leading shot blocker in the playoffs. Gets his first swat of the night.
And it's Larkin that caused that, too, doing a great job of making a little bit of body contact there, Clyburn.
The ball has been lost on the drive. The FS fans don't agree with the call, but the referee was optimally placed. Timeout on the floor. 3.5 minutes and change remaining in the first period as we take a look at Brian Dunstan get up to get his first block of the night.
Yeah, like I said, it was Larkin's defense right there, but Larkin reached in and was in danger of picking up that second foul as we had a 15-14 score. CSKA and Anadolu Efes.
Well, Shane Larkin was unbelievable in the semi-final on Friday night, and he has continued that form in this championship game, Joe.
Yeah, Larkin is unbelievable, but throughout this whole month of April and May, throughout the playoffs and everything, what a move he made early on. And you see it in super slow motion, so pretty, and he just flies through the air.
Shane Larkin, 5 points in the game already, including a 3 where he had an eon to pull up and let it fly. Also hit his 2 points effort as well. Joe has pointed out the terrific job he did in helping to facilitate that first block of the night for Bryant Dunstan. So 3 minutes, 36 seconds remain in the first quarter. CSKA Moscow leading by 1, their first lead of the game. It's Corey Higgins pulling up for 3 off the screen, and my goodness, is he making up for the tough night he had from the field in the semifinals.
And that's Efes coming out of the timeout in the 2-3 zone right there. And Higgins is coming right off the pick in the top. No help from the weak side guard. An easy look for Corey Higgins.
Back-to-back 3-pointers for Corey Higgins. Oh, Shane Larkin, give the man 4 for that. That was way downtown.
And over the top of Othella Hunter, who had his hand right in his face.
So Shane Larkin remains perfect from the field. He brings his team back to within 1. Clyburn sees the lane, gets the shot away, tap the basket. Terrific use of the body from the elastic, incredibly athletic Will Clyburn.
The guy defends the 1, defends the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. And offensively, he's just a matchup nightmare for any team. We saw him go in, pull it out, hit the 3. Now we see him go in, stutter step, get Dunstan off balance, and get the foul in the N1. Amazing offensive package, and what a signing by CSKA.
So Will Clyburn completes the 3-point play. He moves to 6 points in the game. Bryant Dunstan taking a seat on the bench.
Hey Ron, what did
Clyburn
Clyburn
picked up his... No, it's his first foul for Bryant Dunstan.
What, Clyburn hurt the other day? He's supposed to not play.
He did. He was limping. He was receiving treatment behind the bench, but he's firing on all cylinders here in this final. Larkin for 3. Side iron on the shot. What an offensive rebound from Tibor Pleiss. Feet firmly planted on the ground. He extended a telescopic arm and just reeled it in.
What is Misic doing right there? Look at, he's so mad at himself for not going up with it. He makes a beautiful fake on Hunter and had a wide open layup, but trying to be unselfish. What he's trying to do is give some money to Bryant Pleiss for picking up that offensive rebound, but he's got to take that. He's got to be a little bit more selfish.
Tibor Pleiss, the 4th leading scorer in the EuroLeague in terms of points per minute. Pro rata over 40 minutes, he would be averaging 23.7 points per night. As Larkin drives, rejected by Hines. Another one of the all-time leading shot blockers in the league. Getting his first swat of the night, checking in off the bench.
He's played 3.5 seconds. He's got a block shot already. That's classic Kyle Hines.
DeColo for 3 on the pull-up. Back iron on the shot. Offensive rebound for Corey Higgins. Clyburn moves the ball to Corey Higgins. Now it's inside to Hackett, who had Larkin on his back, but instead pulls him out to the perimeter. He's going for a pull-up 3. Oh, and if he starts hitting, it could well be a long night for Anadolu Efes Istanbul.
Look, we talked about 3-point percentages early on, Ron, before the game even started. 3 for 5 for Efes, 5 for 7 for Moscow right now.
As Micic looks to counter with a 3, but doesn't draw anything other than the advertising hoarding beyond the baseline.
And that's a classic example of him being mad at himself for not taking that layup earlier, and he's trying to make up for it by hitting a bad shot. He's got to keep his composure. Micic, he's still young. He's a 25-year-old kid playing in his first final.
So timeout on the floor as we take another look at that terrific rejection from Kyle Hines. CSKA Moscow with their largest lead of the game. They're up by 7 and in the midst of 6 points without reply.
Shooting against our head. Stay more close on defense. And first gentlemen, the offense. Every time we come, we shut them up. First gentlemen. I didn't call one gentlemen after the first minute. Control to the game. First level, we try to pull out 100. Dragon, can we shot? One shot, continue to play. Good shit. After beat, go.
Well, Corey Higgins checked into the game off the bench and helped himself to back-to-back threes. One off the dribble, the other one off the pull-up. Corey Higgins, who had a tough semi-final where he struggled to put the ball in the hole from the field, but my goodness, he's been working on that shot on that off day, Joe, and he has found his range immediately in this final.
Yeah, obviously he went a little bit of super. I talked to him in the crossover today. He said he only slept about 3 hours the night after the game. Had to get a little rested, but he did want to go fine-tune his shot. We see Hines, I mean, these guys, Higgins just played 4 minutes. He's 2 for 2 from the three-point line, right? He's already got 6 points.
CSKA Moscow, 5 of 7 from downtown in this first quarter. Minute and a half to go in the opening stanza. Rodriguez into the game for the first time, defended by Miksic. Higgins with a speed mismatch against Bryant Dunstan, takes it to him, gets it to the glass, but can't get the shot to fall. But he draws the foul on Bryant Dunstan.
And keep an eye on
Excuse me, it's James Anderson.
Yeah, keep an eye on what Coach Adidas is doing also. He's got a 3-guard situation there with Higgins, Nicolo, and Sergio Rodriguez. This is the moment in the game the other day where Sergio Rodriguez walked in and came in and dominated the game and got his team back in it. Right now, they're up 7, make that 8 on the foul shot. So we'll see what this smaller lineup does. You have Clyburn playing the 4, and they have Kyle Hines, a little big man, playing the 5.
Corey Higgins, 18 of 19 from the free throw line during the playoffs. 89% for the season. Joel Bolomboy into the game for the first time. Will Clyburn takes a seat on the bench. CSKA Moscow up by 9. And in the midst of an 8-0 run, Anderson fakes the 3, gives it to Beaubois. He fakes the 3, gets inside, settles for the long range 2 off the pull-up. Neither glass and just back iron for Beaubois. Couldn't find a range.
Interesting on a timeout. Coach Adam was yelling at them for being too quick on their shots. That time they looked a little bit too patient, too unselfish. Someone's got to step up and take that shot. There's a lot of open ones.
Pass from the lane out to the perimeter, and the three-pointer drain from Corey Higgins, who is 3 for 3 from downtown in this first quarter coming off the bench.
See, Higgins is on fire, my man. Wow, what a show he's putting on so far in this game. You know, I kind of feel bad because I talked to him about not scoring in the game the other day, whatever. And we're talking about it now, and he's making up for it, no doubt. But remember, he was 9 for 10 from the foul line and hit 4 huge free throws at the end of the game. So when you're not shooting well from the floor, to go to the foul line in a pressure situation is not the easiest thing. So let's not be too hard on him, Ron.
Maybe he took your words as motivation, Joe. I'll show that Joe Lucas who can't score.
I can motivate anybody, Ron. But look at it. We talk about Efes defense a lot in the semifinal game. Look at this. 29 points in the first quarter already.
Beaubois, defended by Bolomboy. Bolomboy extends a... So Rodrigue Beaubois rifles one home from downtown to bring his team back to within single digits. So Rodriguez, with the shot clock turned off, closing seconds of the first quarter. Kyle Hines sets a screen, comes back to set another one. Inside it, across court it goes. Bolomboy is going to have to fire. He beats the buzzer. He draws Twine, but from the wrong side of the iron from CSKA Moscow's perspective. So what a first half, a first quarter we have just witnessed. CSKA Moscow putting 29 points on the board, and they lead by 9 against Anadolu Efes Istanbul. Their largest lead has been 11. So the highlights from what has been a frenetic, fantastic first quarter of play, where 3 short-point shots came in a hurry. How about that fake and finish from Larkin?
Absolutely amazing play by Shane Larkin, but what I like is the cleanliness of CSKA's game, Ron. 0 turnovers in the first quarter. You know, we always talk about rebounds, but the way these two teams are shooting, there's not much for rebounds out there, but what I love the most is that 0 turnover stat. You know it won't stay that way, but right now, they are playing a clean, confident game.
Corey Higgins is 3 of 3 from downtown. Perfect from the free throw line. Double digits in the game already with 11. As Joe said, not much in the way of rebounds, but just look at the shooting percentages from both teams. CSKA Moscow, 75% on 8 attempts. Well, remember, thanks to brand new technology, we're able to work out how long players spend in the air. We'll have a leaderboard that will be judged at the end of the game, and the player who tops the leaderboard in terms of hang time, time off the ground, well, they'll be rewarded with Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Air Miles.
Yeah, I know. Don't say it. Let me say it. How's he up in the air for 5 seconds already? Only play 1 quarter, huh?
Bryant Dunstan leading the way already. Has a block in the first quarter. And he's been crashing the glass hard as well.
I missed my call there, Ron. That was a veterans call. They're all out down on the court. They wouldn't let me go. They said my headphones won't reach. You know, I want to go back to what I was saying in the end of the first quarter. We've been talking so much. We know about Efes' offensive capabilities, and we've talked so much about them in the last month and a half to 2 months of their defensive capability. Also, they played such great defense. They did against Fener, but you can't give up 29 points in the first quarter of a championship game.
So Kronislav Simone into the game for the first time. Brock Motum rotates the rock to Rodrigue Beaubois, and just look at the activity from CSKA Moscow. El Chacho getting a hand on that pass, deflecting it out of bounds. And just making life difficult for Efes.
And what that does, Ryan, is it extends the offense for Efes. It gets them out way beyond that three-point line. So those passes they like to make inside are a little bit further away, and it gives CSKA time to get their hands on them.
Kyle Hines hedging out to help on the screen set by Tibor Pleiss. Beaubois with a tough up and under, doesn't get the roll. The offensive board crashed by Kronislav Simone. The ball down on the ground. Corey Higgins comes up with it.
Nice play by Higgins right there, being alert, staying with the play. You love when your guards stay in the lane for rebounds.
Rodriguez runs Mixic into a big screen set by Kyle Hines, but Rodriguez has used his dribble. Corey Higgins provides a release valve. He's working one-on-one against Beaubois. Lurking in the lane is Kyle Hines. The ball gets deflected out of bounds, and it will be CSKA Moscow ball with just 2.1 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
And these are the types of moment right here. You know that CSKA has a play set up for this. They know what they're doing. And Efes has to be adamant about playing defense right here. You switch everything sometimes if you can, especially the blocks.
So will it be a case of catch and shoot for CSKA? Indeed it is, as Rodriguez catches the inbound pass, elevates and connects in an instant.
It's exactly what I'm talking about, Ryan. You have to switch. At that point, there's no big deal if place goes on Sergio Rodriguez. You only have 2 seconds on the clock. Terrible defense by Efes right there. And those plays right there determine whether you win or lose a game. That's 3 big points.
Well, the CSKA fans just to the left of our commentary position, Joe, they're pounding their bass drum, they're stamping their feet, and they are having a real party here at the Fernando Buesa Arena as Beaubois gets into the lane. Oh, off the alley-oop missed by Tibor Pleiss. It was almost more difficult to miss than to make, but somehow he conspired to do so.
Yeah, nice defensive transition coming back by Shane Larkin. Got his hand on the ball, hits off of Higgins, but look at the move there by Pleiss. I don't think he just had the ball in his hands. Couldn't do much with it because he was up around the rim.
Well, the FS fans trying to rally their team as Rodrigue Beaubois doesn't get the roll. The rebound wrapped up by Joe Belomboy.
Beaubois got to be frustrated. That's 2 in a row right there. Plus the tap in that rolled around the rim. So hit the 3 earlier on, but can't get that ball to roll in, not getting the shooter's touch.
Higgins sees a lane, drives on Tibor Pleiss, loses his footing, but keeps the basketball. He's got Larkin on his back now, trying to get him into the lane. Bulldozing his way beneath the free throw line, pivoting that foot like a disco dancer. What an offensive rebound from Joe Belomboy. Goes up strong, Kronislav Simone with the board, and then he is fouled by Belomboy. But just look at the energy and activity from CSKA.
Yeah, absolutely amazing on the board. They're going after everything. It's all about desire right here, and they have it in their set. I mean, Belomboy plays 2 minutes the other day in the game, and now all of a sudden Coach Adidas is putting him in in big moments. He did it in Game 4 also, right there on this court against Baskonia. So he knows what he's got in that kid right there. He's got a guy that goes in, battles with everybody, gets to the boards, and he's not afraid to mix it up. Right now, it's the physicality for CSKA that's winning this game.
So the skip pass, Brock Motum for 3. He was all alone, but he can't find the range. Rodriguez with the board.
Again, you see how far Efes' offense is from the three-point line. They're extending them so well with their aggressive defense by CSKA.
Inside it goes to Kyle Hines. Can't find the right-handed layup. Hit the iron, though, and so the shot clock has been reset. Oh, kept it himself and got the reverse layup to go. Kyle Hines with his first points of the game.
If you're watching at home, you got to be thinking, how does Hines go up against Timor Place and get that layup in? And that's just knowing where to be on the floor and how quick you are.
Look at Barnov defend Kunislav Simone. Simone into the lane, gets creative with the left. And the tip-ins not going Efes' way, nor are the deflections. And all the momentum appears to be with CSKA Moscow. Now, Joe, given how Efes closed out the playoffs and how they dominated the semi-final, what will be going through their minds collectively right now in this comparative drought compared to how well they've been shooting?
Well, they got to take experience from the last few games against Barcelona. They lost that second game at home, went to Barcelona and won a huge game over there. So you got to take all that experience they've had in the last month and a half and try to build back into this game. But you got to do it little by little, but it's got to start on the defensive end.
Rodriguez back iron on the shot. Kunislav Simone takes the board away from Grant Dunstan and ignites the transition game for Efes. Larkin sees the lane, he's wrapped up by the muscular forearm of Kyle Hines, and it's called an unsportsmanlike foul. And maybe this will be a catalyst in shifting the momentum in favor of Anadolu Efes Istanbul. 2 shots and possession to come for the Istanbul team.
Yeah, it's a hard foul by Kyle Hines, but let me tell you something, Ron. This is a championship game, my man. And that's a foul that you want to make sometimes to set a statement. It may pick up Efes' momentum right now a little bit, maybe get him back in the game. But you don't want to give up nothing easy. Kyle Hines knows it right off the bat. I know, you know, and all of Europe knows Kyle Hines is not a dirty player.
The no layup rule employed by Kyle Hines. Nothing malicious intended, of course, but remember, post-Rio 2016, anything that is deemed to be not a legitimate play on the ball will be construed and probably called as unsportsmanlike. So Shane Larkin duly makes both free throws. And now here is the ensuing possession, a potential 5-point trip down the floor for Efes. Boubois double teamed by Alec Peters. Brock Motum gets into the lane. He's short on his left-handed floater, gets it back, goes to his trusty left paw once again, and gets the underhanded scoop to go.
Yeah, they're going to feel good about that roll. That's the first roll they've got in the last 3 to 4 minutes. But, you know, goes back to Shane Larkin. He's quietly just building up the scoreboard again. Another 10 points for Larkin, but he needs some help from the rest of his team. Misic's not in the game right now and needs to get back in.
So timeout. It's a nip and tuck second quarter so far after that 4-point trip down the floor for Efes. But it's CSKA Moscow with a double-digit lead. They've been up by as many as 14.
We lost to this one. Or they passed the ball to wrong.
Don't have targets on the block. Let's play on the block and let's attack. You cannot have a technical foul on another unsportsmanlike foul. So let's take that will not stop our creativity. We do need to move the ball also on the block and being aggressive. Chacho, on the pick and rolls, just remember what we watch. We got the drives and the biggest following. If it is a down for a layup. One down. One down.
So 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. CSKA Moscow leading Anadolu Efes Istanbul by 10. Daniel Hackett back into the game. He's defended by Kunislav Simone. Corey Higgins looking to work this size mismatch against Shane Larkin. Tries for the spin move, but look at the quickness from Larkin. And look at that. You said, Joe, in a championship game, blood will be spilled. Shane Larkin putting his body on the line for his team and securing that possession.
And putting that second foul on the line, too. This is great defense. He's been in there fighting, and look at him foul for the ball. But he got pushed by Higgins, and it's a foul on Higgins. It's a dangerous play for Larkin. You got 10 points in the game. You're the only guy that's really doing it offensively for your team. But you know what? You're giving yourself up.
So the first foul called on Corey Higgins. Bubois working the jab step. Karl-Heinz out to help his left. Brant Dunstan open, and Brant Dunstan goes up strong and finishes with the most delicate touch.
It's another magical pass in this game, this time from Bubois to Dunstan. What a beautiful pass, and a way to find the seam.
So the deficit has been reduced to single digits as Will Clyburn connects from downtown. 2 of 2 from long range to move to 9 points in the game and give his team a double-digit advantage once again.
His speed in the first dribble make him so difficult to get out and cover.
3-pointer launch from Larkin, that's off left. And Karl-Heinz wrapping up the defensive rebound. Oh, what a finish.
So dangerous in the open floor, Ron. You see him coming down. And as he's coming down the floor, DeColo, players are trying not to foul him. That's the crazy part, because he draws so many fouls.
Halfway through the second quarter of the championship game here at the Fernando Buesa Arena, as Krinoslav Simone fires the 3, but we've got a whistle on the play.
You know, the thing about DeColo is that not only is he such a great threat offensively, but he destroys and destructs a defense because of the amount of fouls that he can pick up on you, both in the fast break and also in the half-court set.
He's taking a seat on the bench, having been called for his second foul.
A sign of aggressiveness a lot of times, Ron, is what you're looking at right now. 5 team fouls for CSKA Moscow, 0 for Efes. They're coming out playing a lot more physical. They're not afraid to give up a couple foul shots here and there for the physicality of the game.
So Brant Dunstan to the free throw line. 75% from the stripe during the playoffs, 68% for the season.
And he was solid the other night from the free throw line also against Fenner.
So Brant Dunstan moves to 4 points in the game, perfect from both the floor and the free throw line. His team are trailing by 11.
Seems as though Efes now wants to pick up the defensive intensity. They're getting a little bit more physical on the ball and off the ball, which is something they need. They came out here offensively, lighting it up early on, but they kind of forgot about the defense along the way.
Oh, what a beautiful cut down the lane from Corey Higgins, who remains almost perfect from the field. It's his first 2 points of the night. He moves to 13 points in the game.
That's 5 points right there, Ron, that Efes has given up on out-of-bounds plays. 1 on the sideline, 1 underneath the basket. Huge points.
Larkin with a stop and pop 3, in and out, rebound Kabanov, and he's manhandled by a pair of Efes players. Krinoslav Simone and Brock Motum converged on the rebounder.
Ron, it's said so many times by so many players and so many coaches that the small details win and lose ball games. That right there is what they're talking about. That play, the one that we saw before on the Sergio Rodriguez 3, that's 5 points right you're talking about. It's a 13-point lead. You knock that down to 8. End of the game, we're going to be talking about those 5 points, I can guarantee you.
Clyburn working on Larkin. Brant Dunstan comes with a double team. Rapid ball movement. Corey Higgins off right and long, but I think there's a push in the back. Now, is that Will Clyburn who committed that foul, pushing off Larkin to get some room?
Yeah, he gave him a little bit of push from behind, but, you know, Higgins shook his head. He's like, man, I want that one back again.
So, Corey Higgins with his first miss from 3-point territory. Will Clyburn called for his first foul. CSKA Moscow in the penalty. So that will send Anadolu Efes Istanbul to the free throw line once again, where they are currently a perfect 4 for 4. And still 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Joe, that could be a way for them to reduce the gap and stop the clock if they can make these foul shots.
Yeah, that's a great way to get back to the game by starting the clock, but you also have to start defending a little bit more on 8 for 11 from the three-point line at CSKA. If you can cut this lead in the last 4 minutes of this quarter and go into the locker room and look at the stats and see how well they shoot for three, you're going in with a lot of confidence coming out in the second quarter.
So Shane Larkin, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Higgins. Kabanov with rapid ball movement. Hackett with an aggressive drive, goes for the reverse, can't get it to go. Dunstan with the board, Efes on the break.
Yeah, here comes Misic pushing the ball up to the Dunstan pick.
Mitsic pulling up for 3. Hackett got a hand up. It went via the window into the hands of Brock Motum. Left-handed jump hook doesn't go. Count the basket.
No basket, right on the floor.
Terrific work on the offensive glass. Brock Motum secured an offensive board. He tried the left-handed hook. Bryant Dunstan snared that one, but the referee saying the foul committed on the ground before the act of shooting.
Motum went Felipe Reyes on us right there. Grabbed the rebound without even getting his feet off the floor.
So Adrian Moyamon back into the game to the free throw line. Once again is Bryant Dunstan, 2 for 2 so far in his 4-point total in this final. Bryant Dunstan remains perfect. The last 5 points for Anadolu Efes Istanbul have come from the free throw line. They're trailing by 10. As Higgins gives it to Clyburn. Rodriguez defended by Mitsic. Kyle Hines rolling down the lane. Dunstan was slow to recover as he was helping out on the perimeter. Clyburn pulls up for 3. Long on the shot. Bryant Dunstan with the board. Efes looking to break. Great move from Sergio Rodriguez not to pick up the unsportsmanlike open court foul. Kronislav Simone tries a one-handed floater, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound secured by Moyamon. It's a new 14 for Efes. So Mitsic and Simone in a 2-man exchange. Nobody picked up Simone, and he buries a 3-pointer right in Kyle Hines' eye. And just look at the energy that infuses Anadolu Efes Istanbul with. Timeout on the floor. They have reduced it to a single-digit deficit.
It's a game run of possessions, and possessions rule. And right now, Anadolu Efes is coming back because they're retaining more and more possessions. 7 offensive rebounds. They got 3 possessions on that one. Brock Motum earlier. The foul shots by Bryant Dunstan. They don't count as 2 points on the floor, but he still makes the foul shot. So right now, it's Efes being a little bit more aggressive around the basket.
Now he's 7. Cody, Will, Chacho, Sleep. Come in, but get this and after that. Attack.
A terrific image from the high-mo camera showing the delicate touch of James Anderson and the outstanding hops of Othello Hunter. Serious hang time, but couldn't get the block.
I'm going to ask Ross and the people up there at IMG if they can get me a video camera like that and just let me jump one time, see how long I stay up there.
I think we need a few more 1,000 frames to give you any kind of hang time, Joe. Not being unkind.
Yeah, no, not at all. Backhanded compliment, I'm assuming.
Indeed. Here's Higgins working the dribble, pulling up in the lane, tough shot on the double pump. Bryant Dunstan with the board. Corey Higgins was on the deck, and so it's a 1-man advantage for Efes on the break. Slimone fakes the 3, drives against Hunter as the number 44s go head-to-head. Goes Balbai into the final for the first time. Lots of contact between Clyburn and Dunstan. Dunstan with rapid ball movement around the perimeter. Efes, they can't get the shot to go, but look at the intensity. The offensive rebound secured Simone, and the FS fans beginning to show more encouragement for their team.
And the change of pace is coming from Douglas Balmai, who comes out to defend Higgins. He's doing a great job. He knows what he's out there for. Gets the ball over to Simone. Simone staying on the play the whole way.
Anadolu Efes Istanbul in the midst of an 8-0 run to reduce what was a 13-point deficit down to just 5. Solid at the free throw line. Larkin missed one of his 2 attempts when he went to the stripe, but Bryant Dunstan was rock solid before Krunoslav Simone hit a 3 and then followed up with an inside score off the offensive board.
And we're in my time right now, around last 2 minutes of the first half.
Shot clock in the red. Hunter's almost lost the dribble. He got the shot away. FS still with fouls to give.
Did he get that on the floor? That's the question, because that's the 4th team foul. They're going to give 2 free throws to Othello Hunter right there. Dunstan lucky not to give up the N1.
He's been called for his 2nd, has Bryant Dunstan. To the free throw line goes Othello Hunter. 73% foul shooter on the season, 69% for his career. So CSKA Moscow remaining perfect from the free throw line. And that foul shot made by Hunter snaps the 8 points without reply that FS had posted on the board. Othello Hunter with a perfect 2-point trip to the free throw line. His team up by 7. Mitsic working the dribble, inside it goes to Bryant Dunstan. He tries to offload. What a steal by Rodriguez. Took it out of the hands of the passer with 2 of his own. Drive and kick to Kabanov, who steps through, and it's a traveling violation. Is it? No, it's 3 seconds. And Coach Atudis, well,
Coach Atudis
asking the question.
Who calls 3 seconds around here?
So Shane Larkin checking back into the game. Coach Balbai back on the bench after doing a good job changing the tempo for FS. Just over a minute to go in this first half. CSKA Moscow leading by 7. Moermont rotates the ball to Larkin. Larkin defended by Higgins. Larkin on an aggressive baseline drive, jumping to pass, and as gravity brought him back to earth, he put the ball straight into the hands of Nikita Kabanov, nowhere to go.
How physical is CSKA, just bodying him up every time he penetrates to the basket.
Clyburn into the lane. Foul committed on the ground, but that'll put Anadolu Efes Istanbul in the penalty.
So difficult to defend in the low post these days. You know, you have to use your body. The bodies are coming at you so physically, and they're so big and strong and quick that if Mormon doesn't put his body on Clyburn down there, Clyburn, look at it. I mean, look at the contact. It's just contact. You're going to get him for the reach-in right there. It's not much. I mean, not much you can do as a defender. It's not, you know, I wasn't much of a defender around, but I'm even going to say it's not fair. I wish I had these rules when I was playing. Then I wouldn't be yelled at for not playing defense all the time.
So Will Clyburn, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. CSKA Moscow missing from the stripe for the first time. They lead by 8. Inside the final minute of the first half, with Krunoslav Simone caught as a shooter, used his dribble, thought about pulling the trigger, but Hunter was right there. Mitsic pulls up for 3, and the 3 has been hit by Vasilija Mitsic. His first 3-pointer of the night takes him to 5 points in the game and brings his team back to within 5.
That feels good to him, I can tell you that right now. Getting that one in before the end of the half.
So we've got a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as Clyburn driving on Prinislav Simone, wheeling his way down to the low post. Shot clock in the red, tough pickup for Corey Higgins, and terrific D by Shane Larkin to knock it away and force a 24-second violation. Efes will get the ball back with 3 seconds and change remaining in the half.
Yeah, and a great timeout by Coach Adam right there. He's going to move that ball up floor. We talked about it, little details right there. Cheska's got to run that clock out as much as they can. Great defensive possession by Efes. Now they got a chance to get this game and underneath 5 points going into the locker room, and they were down 14.
Back the baseline, here. Brian is out. Sorry, Roderick is on the game. Adrian. Shane, okay. Roderick, you make big to Shane.
So we have an official review taking place over at the scorers table, just ensuring that we have synchronicity between the various clocks. Some of the sights, sounds and emotions from what has been a terrific first half in this championship game so far. So the officials have called a second timeout to ensure that everything is as it should be in terms of how much time is placed back on the game clock. Remember, we're inside the final 10 seconds. There are about 3.6 seconds from our perspective when the ball was deflected out of bounds and Efes secured possession after forcing that 24-second violation. So the timeout, a lengthy one for the officials to get the time, score, context correct. 4 seconds have been put on the game clock. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Efes looking to inbound and get a quick shot away. It's Prinislav Simone with a bullet pass down the court. Larkin almost lost it, but got the shot away, and he's fouled. Oh my goodness! You foul a three-point shooter with no time on the clock, and just as you suggested, Joe, one would suspect that Larkin is going to make all 3 of these and close it to a 1-possession game. Now let's take a look at the official review. First of all, did Larkin beat the clock? Clearly he did.
Yeah, he beat the clock easily. They're just checking his feet if it was a 3-pointer. And I'm looking at it, and Peters is not happy, and he might have a case. Although he did get under him. Yeah, you get under him. You got to have that shooter. Give that shooter room to come down on the floor. So they're going to check the clock to see if there's any time left on it. But obviously, it's been released. And as you said, Ron, he's going to go to this line for 3 shots. We could be going into halftime here, 42-44. No one would have called that about 20 minutes ago.
The shooter or the defender, when jumping, for it not to be a foul if contact is made, well, got to stay in that cylinder of verticality, and Alec Peters didn't appear to do that there, but the official review still taking place. Shane Larkin 3 for 4 from the free throw line so far in this game. He's the only one to miss for Anadolu Efes Istanbul in their 8 attempts. CSKA Moscow also shooting terrifically well from the free throw line. They've only missed once in their 7 attempts. So the odds are, given that Shane Larkin is shooting 86% from the stripe this season, He's missed one already in his 4 attempts. Should back in to make all 3 of these. So 0.2 seconds remain on the clock. Shane Larkin will go to the free throw line for 3 free throws. 11 points in the game so far. His team's leading scorer, Corey Higgins, leads all scorers with 13. Tibor Pleiss checking into the game once again for Anadolu Efes Istanbul. That rebounding prowess in case the final one misses.
Don't you just love the strategy? It's the whole time. You had 0.2 seconds left in the game. Even if he misses the ball, you can't do much, but you put Pleiss in anyways, just in case it's a tap-in. And you take Misic out so you don't get him a second foul. Coach Adman is in the ball game, my man.
So a perfect trip to the free throw line will be the final score of this first half of what has been a terrific championship game. And Anadolu Efes Istanbul are right back into this one, trailing by as many as 14 at 20-34 at the start of the second quarter. They have used an 8-0 run and then terrific tenacity to claw their way right back into this. Shane Larkin icing 3 foul shots to make it 42-44 after 20 minutes of play.
Turkish Airlines, 7 days, and Winline, official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
You know what, we need to talk a lot about it. He flies so far on the radar right there. Number 42, Brian Dunston. What a first half he had. He's so quiet about the way he goes about things, Ron. 6 points, 8 rebounds, 16 PRR rating. I mean, the guy is so pivotal to this team, and he's quiet. He doesn't do much, doesn't cause much havoc. You know, he's the leading shot blocker in the EuroLeague, but we all talk about Sergeant Swat, who blocks him because he swats him. He does it differently, but Brian Dunston just gets in the way, gets that deflection, and retains possessions for his team.
Third on the season in terms of blocks with 1.2 per game. During the playoffs, when it really gets intense, he upped that to lead the playoffs in blocks with 1.8 per night. He's got 1 this evening so far, and in his 8 rebound total, 3 of them have come on the offensive glass.
Ron, this is going to be a good 20 minutes right here, my man. I got to sit back, put my seatbelt down a little bit, because I think we're going to be rolling here. And I'm going to make a prediction early, Ron. I'm not going to be like Coach Adman and say they're going to win or who's going to win. I think we're going to overtime tonight, my man. I think you and I are going to get paid extra time.
That's a big call. Remember, no ties permitted in basketball. This one, just 2 points separating them after a terrific response by Efes in the closing stages of the first half. The second half of the 2019 championship game is underway. CSKA Moscow leading Anadolu Efes Istanbul by 2. Nondo De Colo back into the game as Kabanov drives on Moyamon. Rejected from behind by a combination of Dunston and Moyamon.
And Efes is going to see a whole lot of Nando De Colo because he only played 11 minutes in that first half.
Moyamon who got the piece of the ball, end line possession, 8 seconds on the shot clock as Hackett makes the catch. Dribbling in heavy traffic, and he's being called for a traveling violation. An inauspicious start to the second half for CSKA Moscow.
And again, if you watch that play in its entirety from the time they took it out, it was Brian Dunston causing all the havoc in the zone defensively.
CSKA Moscow still doing a terrific job of looking after the basketball. That's just their 4th turnover. But how about that at the offensive end? Krunoslav Simone with his second 3-pointer in the game gives Anadolu Efes Istanbul a 1-point lead.
And who set that pick up top? Once again, Brian Dunston.
3-pointer in response is off the mark.
Dunston's doing everything out here for me. Got a good defensive play, set the pick for the 3, and then picks up a foul.
So end line possession as Kabanov fakes the three before rotating the rock to Hackett. Anderson defending De Colo. Hunter sets the screen, he's rolling to the rim. That's a nice catch on the inside. Quick ball movement. Going to be a difficult pass attempted by Kabanov. Doesn't find it to Hunter, and it's Kronislav Simone with the steal. Mitsic for three. Front rim on the shot. De Colo with the board. But Anadolu Efes Istanbul coming out for this second half with terrific energy. Oh, bullet pass to find the baseline cutter. Beautiful feed from the top of the key from Nando De Colo. And it's the beneficiary for Daniel Hackett.
Yeah, Efes defense has been impressive for the first minute and a half of this quarter, but the key is right there what you saw, De Colo pushing it down. If you don't let the defense set up, it's harder to rotate. What a beautiful pass to find the seam by Nando De Colo, and you know that's what he does. He sees people, and that's what makes him so dangerous offensively.
Well, that bucket from Hackett snaps a 9-0 run spanning quarters 2 and 3. CSKA Moscow leading by 1.
Well, Misic makes a really nice play here, but then picks up the foul, trying to retain the ball. I thought he had to strip. He might have got his body into him to try to get that ball back, but Misic is so active. And it's getting physical, man. It's getting physical, man. Look at this. He gets in, makes a nice play right there. And, ooh.
Well, they're calling for a backcourt violation of the FS fans. De Colo just setting up the half-court set, slowing things down a little bit. Met by Dunstan. He's picked up his dribble. Hackett rotates to Kabanov, who drives before kicking out. And there's a wide-open lane for Nikita Kabanov because Bryant Dunstan wound up on the deck. Nikita Kabanov goes to 7 points in the game.
Yeah, you're going to see Dunstan right here try to take the offensive foul. Couldn't get up in time. Nice pass to Dunstan right there, but gave it to him in a dangerous position. I think De Colo's going to be called for the foul. Down low on the pass.
And that will be De Colo's third. And we've had just a little shy of 2 minutes in the second half.
It's an interesting moment right now to see what Coach Adidas does, Ron. You know your players, you know who you can trust and you can't trust. But right now it's so early in this third quarter, you don't want De Colo picking up that fourth. Sergio Rodriguez played with 4 the other day, and Adidas had him on the bench for a while.
Dunstan kicks back out to Kronislav Simone, who drives, one-handed floater, gets his own offensive rebound and gets it to go. A terrific play from Kronislav Simone, who moves to double digits in the game.
That's twice now that Simone picked up some garbage points, picking up the stop underneath the basket. Oh,
Nando De Colo from downtown, his first three-pointer of the game, puts his team up by 4.
Might make it a little bit easier decision for Coach Adidas to keep him in after that 3, but I see Higgins on the sideline getting ready to check in.
Simone with the drive, Dunstan goes up, rejected by Othello Hunter. The 2 shot blockers went head-to-head, and it was Othello Hunter who timed his leap to perfection. Look at the recovery. Then he goes up to challenge and is able to swat it down.
And he hung up there. He might be taking mine and Hines tickets with that move right there. Look at that super slow. It gets all ball.
So Othello Hunter with his first block of the night. Anadolu Efes Istanbul ball, 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nice cut from Moyamon, goes for the reverse. Ball still up for grabs, last touched by Othello Hunter. And the energy of Efes on the offensive glass reaping the dividend of another possession.
Moyamon tries to reverse that. I think he had an easier look at it if he went straight in. He tried to get it on the other side of the basket and couldn't get the English on it.
Mitsic for 3 off the spot up, front rim on the shot, De Colo with the board and head up immediately, looking at his options in transition. Oh, what a hand reach from Bryant Dunstan. And then it's James Anderson, excuse me, who got a hand in there.
This is what wins and loses games, right? And look at Anderson. Not only does he get the steal on one of the best ball handlers around, he flies himself, throws his body on the floor to go at it, and picks up another possession for his team. Great play by James Anderson. Those are the details right there. Definitely got Higgins back in the game for De Colo. He's going to take a rest with those 3 fouls.
So Moerman bundles his defender to the hardwood. It was Will Clyburn who took a trip to the floor.
Clyburn might have got lucky right there to get a technical call on him for flopping. There was some contact right there. Clyburn's going to throw that body down. Again, it's so hard to defend the low post these days.
So Larkin sees the lane, pulls up at the elbow, and buries the pull-up J to move to 16 points in the game.
When you hit one or two of those like that, Larkin becomes so much more difficult to defend because then he get into three and penetrate. We saw him get body contact in the first half. This time he pulls up short of the contact and gets the easy shot. Now what happens, Ron? If he makes one or two of those, the big man has to come out on him, and that's when he can penetrate to the basket and find more space.
Flat pass attempted down the sideline was deflected out of bounds. CSKA just a little bit stagnant over the past few possessions. They have a 2-point lead as Higgins driving on James Anderson. Turn around. Oh, he's hit by Bryant Dunston after Bryant Dunston bit on the shot fake. Saw him try to put his arms behind his back, but it's the 4th foul on Bryant Dunston, and a man who has been doing so many things
talking about
positive fashion for his team, took the bait on that occasion.
Yeah, sorry, Ron. We talked about the fact that you have to trust your player. When you're a shot blocker, it's a little bit more difficult to trust that player. That was a play that he just got off his feet. Once he's off his feet, Higgins does a great job of finding him because he didn't go straight up. So team replacement is going to have to come up big right now in a difficult moment.
So Hackett with a size mismatch against Shane Larkin is somehow getting his way beneath the bucket, setting up Clyburn for three with the shot clock ticking down. Will Clyburn with his 3rd three-pointer of the night ties Corey Higgins as his team's leading scorer.
A couple years ago, the knock on Mr. Clyburn was he couldn't hit the three. He's 3 for 4 in a championship game, my man. Don't say that anymore. And you ask me, Ron, that's just work and dedication. Because, you know, when that gets into your head mentally that you can't hit the three and everybody talks about it, it becomes more difficult. Just like Vesely from the foul line, you know? He had that tough game back in Berlin in the Final Four, and he's been amazing from the foul line. Clyburn's unbelievable right down from 3.
Larkin working against Higgins. Kick to the corner. Tibor Pleiss with a long-range 2. Terrific defensive board by Nikita Kabanov.
Maybe a little bit early right there for Tibor, just coming off the bench. Get yourself in the game, brother. Warm up a little bit, get inside.
You mentioned the fact that he's the 4th leading scorer per minute in the EuroLeague as Kyle Hines is able to muscle home that layup to put his team up by 7. 4th points of the game for Kyle Hines, drawing that foul and still able to finish the bucket. Adrian Moerman not able to recover.
Yeah, it was a late rotation, but even with the rotation, it was just a great pass by Hackett, because what he does is he puts that ball on the out-of-bounds side of it, so you know Moerman's not going to get the steal, and just in case Hines can't pick up that pass, where's it going, Ron? It's going out of bounds, and that gives your defense a chance to come back and set up.
So Kyle Hines completes the 3-point play. He moves to 5 points in the game, and his team lead by 8, increasing this lead incrementally. Rapid ball movement finds Moerman in the corner. Back iron on the 3-point shot. Tibor Pleiss almost with the offensive board, but a pair of CSKA Moscow defenders took it away.
Yeah, they're playing good defense right now, though. Moerman had a wide open look at that 3. Right now, Hackett wants to go one-on-one again.
Spinning in the lane against Shane Larkin. Oh, the ball almost made its way through to Clyburn, but I think it was a nutmeg. If I can mix my sporting analogy, it has gone through the legs of Will Clyburn and dribbled out of bounds.
Does that count, though? He megged himself.
I thought it was the pass that he received.
Well, it came a little slow. I think he went to grab it. He just went between it. That's football. He was trying to get it back to the punter. That's the other football, Ron.
So approaching the midpoint of this 3rd quarter. CSKA Moscow outscoring FS 13 points to 7 in this period so far. Mitsic offloads to Larkin, Plyce at the high post. He didn't look at the bucket, instead he gave it back to Mitsic. Larkin for three, and another bomb from downtown is buried in the face of a defender. Shane Larkin, 3 of 6 from downtown in a game-high 19 points.
Daniel Hackett cannot believe what just happened to him. He thought he had that defended, and look at Higgins coming right back at you.
Corey Higgins says touche. He's 4 for 5 from downtown as both teams continue to fill it up from the perimeter. CSKA Moscow 11 for 16. Anadolu Efes Istanbul 8 for 19 from long range. As Larkin goes for back threes. Tibor Plyce with the offensive board. Ball down low. It's Kabanov who came up with it by getting down low first.
Woof. What a series of plays right now. Larkin wanted it back again. Right now it's Efes. They don't want to get this game slipping away from them right here in the third quarter. They got to do it defensively.
Big screen set by Kyle Hines. Hackett slicing the lane, kicks to the corner, wide open for three. It's Will Clyburn, and Will Clyburn is continuing to scorch Anadolu Efes Istanbul from the perimeter. He's 4 of 5 from downtown, and he is doing absolutely everything for his club.
It's the Clyburn and Higgins show right now, man, and they are loving it. We talked about Efes being so strong from the perimeter, but you know, CSKA, you can't forget about them from out deep. Those boys can shoot it.
Will Clyburn getting the release away despite Krunislav Simone flying at him. 4 of 5 from downtown. He and Corey Higgins combining for 32 points on 8 of 10 shooting from three-point territory. Terrific display from both Clyburn and Corey Higgins, instrumental in this double-digit lead that CSKA now enjoy. And Will Clyburn, well, as you said, he's doing it from long range.
Yeah, right. I told you at the upstart of this game, he is a matchup nightmare for any team because he can play down low. Now he can shoot the three. He's incredible on the fast break, getting to the basket, and his one-on-one skills are just one of the best in the league. So he's a matchup nightmare. And on top of that, you got a guy that does all this offensively, and then your coach sends you out to defend the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And for all you new people that don't know what that means he can defend any position on the floor defensively, because they don't teach that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing anymore. Right? I'm an old man. I'm trying to bring it back, though.
So Vasilij Mitsic brings the ball over half. Hackett shadowing him around the perimeter. Krunislav Simone wide open in the corner. Can't find the range on that one. Brock Motum fighting for the offensive board, and I think he secured an additional possession for his team.
Yeah, it's Misic and Mormon that are missing for this Efes team right now. Both of them are having a tough night. Mormon 0 for 2 from the three-point line, and Misic is at 1 for 5. So they need to turn it up a little bit and have patience, but time's running out. They got to get it going.
Efes almost being doubled up in this third quarter so far. Being outscored by 9. 10 points for Efes, 19 for CSKA Moscow. Krunislav Simone catches as a shooter, doesn't pull the trigger, and instead rotates it through Motum. Now it's Mitsic, who's been defended by Kabanov. Kyle Hines picks him up. Mitsic jumps to pass. The ball is disrupted en route to Larkin. Double pump off the glass. Can't get it to go. Brock Motum with the offensive board and the stick back. Brock Motum with his 3rd offensive rebound of the night. 4 points in the game.
That's just reading what's going on right there. Motum knew the clock was running down, and Larkin had to get it off, and he didn't walk away from that rebound. He went after it.
So Higgins defended by Mitsic. Kyle Hines rolling to the bucket, almost made its way through to him, but it was deflected en route. Anadolu Efes in the penalty.
And for all you young players out here, this is why you make a bounce pass coming off the pick and roll. Don't try to thread it through there. You make the bounce pass and make sure that the only way that pass is going to get stolen or stopped is from someone's foot.
So Hackett receives the inbound with CSKA with a new 14. Kabanov driving baseline. Tibor Plyce came to help. Kyle Hines puts it on the floor and swoops to the bucket, finishing with a right-handed finger roll. 7 points in the game for Kyle Hines on 3 of 4 shooting from the field.
And he's becoming more and more aggressive as this game goes on.
Can't get it to go underneath. Kyle Hines looks as though he's taken a shot to the face. I think it was the rim that denied Tibor Pleiss beneath the bucket there.
I'm not sure if he caught that underneath the backboard or what, but Hines, let's say he got poked in the eye or just took a shot in the face there.
So Othello Hunter back into the game. Kyle Hines receiving some attention from the CSKA medical staff. Let's hope that it doesn't impair his ability to check back into the game. But he's as tough as they come, of course, the former two-time best defender in the EuroLeague. When the general survey goes out, he's often the one who is named or in the top 3 of the toughest players to play against by the other GMs in the league.
Believe me, they took him out for precautionary reasons. He's ready to come back and play, but the key right here, the big moment right now, Iran, is Brian Dunstan checks back into the game with those 4 fouls, and it's 2:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So Coach Edelman taking a big risk right here early on in this, or late in the 3rd quarter, but in a very important moment.
Will CSKA Moscow recognize the fact that Dunstan is on 4 fouls and attack the paint aggressively, forcing Dunstan to make a choice? He's defending, helping the screener right now. Upstairs it goes to Othello Hunter. He comes back down with it, but Brock Motum just disrupting the flight path of Othello Hunter. FS in the penalty, so it will send Othello Hunter to the free throw line. He's a perfect 2 for 2 so far in his 4-point total in this championship game.
Yeah, it's so difficult for a guy like Dunstan to play with 4 fouls. You have to be really intelligent around because he's a shot blocker, so he likes to go after shots. It's just instinct, especially down there. And then on top of it, with all the pick and roll that goes on in the game, he's the man that's got to come out and guard guys like Sergio Rodriguez, Dicolo, and over here. Now imagine, Dicolo's a master at drawing fouls. Not in the game right now, but once he comes out, you know he's going right after Dunstan.
Into the game for the first time tonight, Ivan Ukov for CSKA Moscow. Othello Hunter remaining perfect from the free throw line, stretching CSKA Moscow's lead to 12. So 1 of 2 on that trip to the stripe for Othello Hunter. His first miss of the night. CSKA Moscow 8 for 10 from the free throw line in this game. FS have only missed once in their 11 attempts. Larkin working the dribble. Krunislav Simone defended by Peters. Oh my goodness, who is that to? Miscommunication between Krunislav Simone and Adrian Moerman. Ball going way over the what would have been outstretched hands of Moerman. You can see them talking it over, just ensuring that they're remaining on the same page.
Yeah, but they were way off page that time because what happens is Moerman gets up in the air, or Simone gets up in the air and tries to make that pass. Moerman was cutting to the basket and it was way too late.
So Hackett into the lane, puts it upstairs. Othello Hunter comes back down with it and drops it in from above the bucket. He didn't rock the rim, but my goodness, did he get off the ground quickly, like a cat on hot bricks.
It's a dominating 3rd quarter for CSKA. They came out at halftime just playing serious basketball. Misic right here is going to have to need this 3.
Can't get it to go.
Yeah, he's not in the game right now.
Offensive rebound secured by Shane Larkin, but this 14-point advantage equals CSKA's largest of the game, and they are dominating this 3rd quarter so far, doubling up Anadolu Efes Istanbul to the tune of 24 points to 12. Larkin, double team momentarily. The ball goes back down low to Krunislav Simone. He brings it out to the perimeter. Big screen set by Bryant Dunstan, who's now looking to go to work against Alec Peters. Buffets his way into the lane. Alec Peters commits the foul on the ground.
Well, earlier was a great play by Daniel Hackett as the offense was moving, just flowing for Efes, and they got caught up in a switch, and Hackett ended up with Dunstan down low. He recognized the time on the clock, wanted some change. I think it was 1:36 at the time. He also recognized that there's only 3 team fouls, and he took that foul to make sure not to let Dunstan go to the line. Just little things like that that are smart. And here comes Chacho right there. We haven't seen a lot of Chacho here in the 2nd half.
Rodriguez just 9 minutes on court so far. He's hit his lone 3-point attempt. But Bryant Dunstan remains a perfect 5 from 5 from the free throw line, and that snaps a 5-0 run that CSKA had put together. They've also posted a 6-point run earlier in this quarter, and that gives you an idea as to why they have stretched their lead to what was 14 once again. It's been edged back to 13 after that trip to the free throw line by Bryant Dunstan. Missing from the free throw line for the first time tonight. So Rodriguez going one-on-one against Mitsic. Shot clock in the red. He's probably going to have to launch. He does so. It's a long range two. Oh my goodness, it missed everything. And Will Clyburn, in fighting to try and reel in that air ball, looks as though he's going to be called for the foul. And if it is Clyburn, that'll be his third.
Yeah, Chacho just got stuck with that ball. That was a hot potato right there. He couldn't find anybody to pass to. Had to eventually make a move. A little bit too much dribbling for Sergio Rodriguez right there. And you know, it seems to me like, although they had a great second quarter, Efes did on that comeback trailers, you know, they're down 13 right now. Coach Adaman is just searching for that magical 5. He's looking for that group that gets out on the floor and finds the defensive prowess and defensive intensity, but on the other side, they have the offensive continuity. So he hasn't found it yet tonight. Found it for a little bit in that second quarter, but he just hasn't found the regularity yet.
So Branislav Simone moves to 12 points in the game after making his first 2 free throws of this final.
That's a double dribble right there, Mr. Peters.
So,
you thought you got away with that one, but it was obvious that coaching tutors doesn't like it. And I talk about it all the time, Ron, last 2 minutes right now, it's Efes making a little walk back into this game. Great defensive possession against Sergio Rodriguez a minute ago. This time they get in the passing lane, get Peters a double dribble. Now they got a chance for a 2-for-1. If they could score here and get a stop, they got the momentum going into the fourth.
So Mitsic picked up by Rodriguez. Big screen set by Moyamon, slicing to the bucket and getting the layup to go.
That's huge for Mitsic right there. He needed that. He's still thinking about that one earlier in the first half that he gave up the Tibor place and couldn't finish it.
Double team applied near the corner. Game clock has been turned off. Closing seconds of the third quarter. A third quarter where CSKA Moscow were dominant for the majority of it, but Efes have got themselves back into it and force a backcourt violation. What a play from Vasilije Mitsic. He may have had his struggles offensively, but his tenacity on defense has really set a tone for Anadolu Efes Istanbul.
And you finish your quarter strong, Ron. That's exactly what Efes is doing right now. Elbai's in this game for defensive purpose, but it's Mitsic right here smacking down the D on Chacho Rodriguez and giving his team another possession right here.
So closing seconds, the ball is in the hands of Larkin. Nobody defended him, and he buried the three-pointer to beat the shot clock buzzer, the end of quarter buzzer, and all of a sudden, Anadolu Efes Istanbul are right back into this game. Shane Larkin with the catch, the dribble, and then shaking off the defender who attempted to close on him and buries yet another three-pointer, his fourth three-pointer of the night. And Anadolu Efes Istanbul are right in this contest with 10 minutes to play.
Absolutely amazing, Ron. It's 4 3-pointer tonight, but none bigger than that one right now. That was huge to get his team, as we see right there, to 6 points. Just when you thought it was about to be done, it's not. We're back in, and Efes is back. Overtime, Ron, I keep telling you.
Well, what a third quarter. It was CSKA Moscow who equaled their largest lead of the game at one point by going up 14. Nando De Cola with a delightful feed, finding Daniel Aket cutting on the baseline. Bryant Dunstan, he picked up 4 fouls during his 4th foul during the course of this quarter. He was knocked to the hardwood there. Nando De Colo connecting from downtown. And then a swat from Othello Hunter, but Efes rallied in the closing stages, Joe.
Yeah, Ryan, let me talk about something you know and love and a master of. That's boxing. This is turning into a boxing match, man. They're jabbing, they're punching, throwing knockout punches, but neither team is gonna let up, man. They got their chin up strong, they have their guard up, and I don't know who's gonna get that last knockout punch, but right now, Efes has got the momentum going into the fourth. Look at that three by my boy Shane Larkin. Look at this. 2 guys in his face. Henry doesn't come out. And Larkin, look at that look.
So Anadolu Efes Istanbul, who used a run of 6 points without reply to close out the second quarter, have closed out quarter number 3 with an 8-0 run to get themselves right back into this game after trailing by 14, 54-68. Absolutely nothing in it on the glass, Joe, and both teams, well, CSKA Moscow shooting the lights out from long range.
Yeah, they've been shooting the lights out all game, but remember, they were 8 for 12 at halftime, so they're still rolling right along. They're just playing great offensively, but if you're Efes, you're thinking to yourself, this has got to stop sooner or later. Numbers, the percentages are the percentages. So sooner or later, they're going to start missing these, but Efes got to be ready to take advantage.
Arquette begins the fourth quarter as the three-pointer is fired. And the range found from Sergio Rodriguez, his second three-pointer of the game in his 6-point total. Perfect from downtown, and a brilliant start to the fourth by CSKA Moscow.
How big is that for Chacho around with the missed three and the turnover?
So the rim shot rebounded by Nikita Kabanov, but he couldn't keep his feet within the confines of the court.
That was a huge three for Chacho Rodriguez. He needed that one, but on the other side, coming down here, Efes, terrible offensive possession in the first one. Misic having the ball in his hands too long and taking a step back three from deep.
So Micic finds Simone. He's defended by Rodriguez. Hines hedges out to help. Baseline floater is tipped home by a man playing with 4 fouls. Bryant Dunstan. Perfect timing on his leap and tipping that one home off the offensive board to move to 9 points in the game.
He thought Simone was going to put that up for him, and he timed it perfectly.
So Higgins driving on Krinoslav Simone, the foul committed on the ground. Krinoslav Simone, that's his 3rd foul. So Rodriguez driving, ball to the corner. Daniel Arquette looking to work on Krinoslav Simone. Into the lane, lots of contact. Oh my goodness! A terrific finish from Daniel Arquette. He flipped up that basketball with such force, I thought it was going to break the backboard. But the kiss was delicate and true, and it tickled the twine on the way through the net.
Yeah, it's a way to take the shot and get that ball up. As soon as you hear the whistle, you got to get it up. And like you said, Hackett throws it and gets that English on the ball, that spin. As soon as it hits the backboard, kind of makes it die off that glass. And like you said, tickles the twine right there. And Hackett's want to make an old school 3-point play, but he can't convert. It's still a 9-point lead.
So Micic. Krinoslav Simone called for his 4th foul. That's Ian Duncan on 4 as Micic wide open for 3. Long on the shot, rebound Daniel Hackett.
You see Micic is holding every time he misses one of his shots. He's got his head going back. It's a little bit of bad body language for Micic. He's trying so hard to get his team back in the game.
Taken away, what a terrific reach from Shane Larkin. He did that in the first quarter, remember, and he's done it again here. And again, it's Corey Higgins who has been clamped up by the terrific D of Shane Larkin. The first quarter ended up drawing blood from his shoulder, and look at this play here, Joe.
That's just great defensive play. You know, Larkin is so good. His hands are so quick. He's a small guy, so he gets in there and gets that ball and gets his hands on it. Nice and clean, but you know, we talked about having to stop other people on the floor, and that's what CSKA's doing. Micic is 1 for 8 from the 3-point line. Just can't get it going right now.
So Larkin pulling up for 3, is fouled in the act of shooting. And that is the 2nd time in this game that the man who is the #1 in terms of 3-pointers made for the postseason has been fouled while shooting a 3-pointer. This is how he closed out the first half, and he's drawn another foul again when shooting from long range.
Yeah, good call by the referee as Higgins comes across him and gets him. Yeah, they're going to see if that's a 2 or a 3. I'm not sure. I couldn't see from my angle around if he was stepping on the line, but oh, no doubt. He's way behind that line. It's nothing to review right there. There you go, Red. Don't waste our time, Luigi. You don't have to waste our time. We know that one. We got that one from up here.
Plenty of daylight between the tiptoes of Shane Larkin and the three-point line, so he will go to the foul line to shoot 3 shots. 6 of 7 from the line so far tonight. Anadolu Efes Istanbul, the #1 free throw shooting team in the EuroLeague, shooting 13 of 15 from the stripe.
Big move right here by Coach Adam, and Ron has tried to give him a chance, but Misic isn't doing it tonight. So he's going to bring in a guy that I'm always afraid of if I'm a coach for another team or player. That's Rodrigo Bois. Because I'm going to tell you what, he hasn't had a great end of the season, but this guy starts getting on fire and lights it up. He's like a J.C. Carroll type player. He can hit 3 or 4 threes in a row and bring your team back. So you got to keep an eye on Rodrigo Bois right now if you're CSKA Moscow.
41% from downtown for the entire season, Rodrigo Bois. That dropped to 38% during the playoffs. So Shane Larkin making all 3 of his foul shots as Daniel Arquette, front rim on the shot. Look at Moyamont and Kabanov fight for possession of that basketball. And there's plenty of conversation taking place down in the corner. Kyle Hines using all of his experience, the 3-time EuroLeague champion, dragging his man away from any potential trouble.
Yeah, it wasn't a great shot by Hackett right there offensively, but what I liked about Hackett a minute ago, after the foul on Larkin, is he's the one that brought his team into a huddle and said, hey guys, let's get this thing right now. We got to advantage them. Let's keep playing ball. Keep your heads in the game.
Larkin working the dribble against Higgins. Moyamont looking to operate down in the low post. Oh, Brant Dunstan goes strong and hammers it down on top of Daniel Hackett. A momentum-changing play with the hammer from Bryant Dunstan, who rumbled his way to the lane and rocked the rim forcefully to bring his team back to within 4.
What is that, Ron? He's jumped up way beyond the semicircle, went up over Othello Hunter's a great shot blocker as Bois fouls Higgins right there. But what an explosive play. As you see, Larkin was looking for Mormon the whole time, and he doesn't know what to do with the ball. It gets the pick and roll from Dunstan, and look at the timing on the pass. Right there, a no-look pass, that one step and jump over the top of Hackett. And Dunstan just throwing it down, baby.
Well, in that one move alone, he may well have gone to the top of the heat and Turkish Airlines leaderboard in terms of flight time. Beautiful cut to the bucket and the finish from Nondo De Colo.
And it's an out-of-bounds play again, Ron. That's 7 points so far. An out-of-bounds plays for CSKA Moscow and Efes.
Dubois working the dribble. That score from De Colo, snapping a 5-0 run that Efes had engineered. Kunislav Simone into the lane, going to the step-through, goes to the left, short on the shot. Nikita Kabanov with the board. 3rd rebound of the night for Nikita Kabanov. So pivotal point of this 4th and final quarter. Anadolu Efes Istanbul down by 6. Nice pass to find Kyle Hines, Bryant Dunstan. Oh, what a takeaway from Adrian Moyamont, mugging Kyle Hines and then racing down court to finish with the 2-handed throwdown. A sensational play, all of his own making.
And it's plays like that that change momentum and change tempo. Knock that. Hey, you're writing something down, Ron. You better be writing down this moment right now, because that could be a big one.
So the decibel level continuing to rise here at Fernando Buesa Arena as Corey Higgins sliced his way to the bucket. Everybody seemed to stop playing, particularly Corey Higgins, who was looking for the foul, but Kyle Hines remained alert, hauling in his 2nd offensive board of the night to move to 9 points in the game on the stick back.
And Larkin tried to hurry up and get back to Hines. It might have hurt himself. He's lipping a little bit. We'll see if it affects his speed. And we saw it right there. Look, he's holding his, I don't know if he's holding his shin or I don't know what happened to him, but he was even slow trying to come to that ball right there. So let's keep an eye out on Larkin and see what's going on. My call on Bourbois didn't go very well because he's back on the bench, and coach is going to go with Misic no matter what his numbers are.
Vasilija Micic, 1 of 8 from downtown in his 7-point total.
I always say numbers don't lie, Ross. If he's 1 of 8 and he's a 40% three-point shooter, I got to keep giving it to him.
Next one's good. That's the shooter's mantra. Kronislav Simone launches from long range. Will Clyburn with the board. 3rd rebound of the night for CSKA Moscow's leading scorer, averaging just under 7 on the season. Karl Heinz not looking to be a threat. 2 players doing swallow dives out beyond the 3-point line. And while they were recovering, Fernando De Colo drained what was ultimately an uncontested 3-pointer to move to 12 points in the game and put his team up by 9.
It was De Colo on the floor, wasn't it? It was De Colo and Micic, I think, on the floor together.
Larkin driving into heavy traffic. A trio of CSKA defenders converged on him. He comes up empty. Whistle on the play, and a technical foul has been issued against the Efes bench. Argin Ataman incensed, remonstrating with Luigi LaMonica and the officials on court, and he's been teed up.
Yeah, Ryan, I think he's been teed up because he was on the court and made contact with the referee, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he was yelling. I don't know if he's yelling at the ref or not, but it's all about composure right now, my man. And you got to maintain your composure. I want to see this. I think he just ran. I think the referee ran into him. He's back there. I see Larkin getting treated right now. I think it's the calf or something. I don't know if he cramped up or what.
Let's go to play. Hey, 2 more minutes. We need to make defense. We offense. We play shoulder foot. Shoulder foot. We give them all inside. Hey, you can play whatever, but check on. Continue to play the center back. Continue to play. Shoulder foot. Right. After you get shot. After you get penetrate. Okay. Change. Once again. Change. Rebound. Rebound. Let's go.
This is the issue right here, yeah. There's the move right there by Larkin going in. And now we're gonna see, I mean, there's a lot of contact there, but it doesn't look like it's fun. Now you can see the referee at the top of your screen right there is gonna run right into Coach Adamant as he's on the floor. That's an automatic tech, man. There's nothing you can do about that. Coach Adamant made a little bit of a mistake there getting onto the floor and making contact with the referee.
For the CSKA Moscow fans, so to the free throw line to shoot this technical foul shot, Fernando De Colo, and the all-time career leader in terms of free throw accuracy. Julie makes the shot, takes him to 13 points in the game on his first free throw attempt tonight.
Pivotal moment right here for Efes. They got to get back in this game defensively. Did a good job right there, pushing this ball way out. 6 seconds on the shot clock for him.
So Higgins to the lane, goes to the left hand and finds the range. Corey Higgins moves to 18 points in the game, and he puts his team up by a double-digit margin.
Devastating basket right there as Efes really defended well and gave Higgins a lane to the basket.
So Moyamont being defended by De Colo. Now Cabana picks him up. 3-pointer is connected from long range. What a finish from Kronislav Simone. Terrific shooting from long range from Simone. He's playing with 4 fouls, and that is his 3rd 3-pointer tonight to take him to 15 points in the game. So he reduces the arrears to a single-digit deficit. Timeout on the floor. CSKA with a slight edge in the 4th quarter. They lead by 9. So the 7 days magic moment in this championship game is the thunderous jam from Bryant Dunstan off the delightful feed from Shane Larkin. Rolling to the bucket and finishing with authority. Serious hang time from Bryant Dunstan to produce the 7 days magic moment.
What a play right there by Dunstan, my man. Get up in it, and even gave Hack a little shot on the way in.
Okay, in offense, let's play. Four corner.
Yeah, how big is that last three by Simone, Ron? Because you're looking at a 12-point lead. You miss that shot, you give up the ball. Jessica goes down, it's a 2 or 3, and it's a devastating lead at that point. But right now, they got to stop and get this game back. They can get this thing back into a 2-possession game here with 3 minutes or so to go, and that'd be huge for this team. There's so much time left in this contest right here. It seems like Jessica's got the advantage, but that 3 was big.
So the defense being extended to a full court variety as Nando De Colo looks to bring it over the line. He's jumped to pass. He made a flat pass, but it made its way to Corey Higgins. But those type of passes, Joe, so easy to pick off.
Yeah, and not only that, but that was 16 seconds.
Knocked away off the rim by Adrien Mormont.
It was almost an 8-second count is what I wanted to say. Great defense by Mormont.
So Larkin, oh, he blows by Hines as though he isn't there. Gets all the way to the halo and is fouled in the process. The FS fans up in arms asking for an unsportsmanlike. Remember, Kyle Hines had already been hit with one of those earlier today, trying to catch the grease lightning that is Shane Larkin.
Hey, on that foul, he knew exactly what. It looks like Hines has been one of these Final Fours before. Is that a possibility? Sure looks like he has. This guy knows what he's doing. He wasn't giving up that easy basket to Larkin.
3-time EuroLeague champion is Kyle Hines, looking to win multiple EuroLeague titles with different teams.
I love watching Simone here trying to take over for his team. One of the more experienced players on this squad, and he's trying to take step up.
Mitsic off the inbound pass for 3, and he comes up with a big bucket that gives the FS fans hope.
What did I tell you, Ron? You got to play the numbers. 1 for 8, you know he's going to be making one sooner or later.
And all of a sudden, a 12-point lead has been whittled down in half by back-to-back three-pointers. First of all from Krunislav Simone, then by Vasilija Mitsic. What a time to hit your second three-pointer of the night and move to double digits in the game, and just showing that confidence, Joe, not to shy away from the basketball, but to keep on shooting and trust in the routine and the rhythm that you've developed over so many years of hard work.
Yeah, and he's grown all year long in his confidence in his game. That's Clybourne here, want to go one-on-one.
Oh, he's lost the dribble, almost taken away by Mitsic. He recovers and has to fire. Rim shot, hustling after it is De Colo, but he can't keep it in bounds. A terrific defensive sequence, ultimately, by Anadolu Efes Istanbul. And their fans up on their feet in a bid to encourage and inspire their team.
And you don't come back from deficits on the offensive side, Ron. You have to do it on the defensive side first. And that's what Efes has done in the last 3 trips down the floor.
So Corey Higgins will be called for the foul and attempting to defend Adrien Mormont.
Now it's money time. So from now on, Ron, it's 2 shots every foul. So it's time to make some foul shots, step up to the line and man up.
So Simone looking for a receiver. That's a tough ask of Shane Larkin. Backcourt violation, my goodness. Krunislav Simone fighting that one like a tracer bullet. And we've seen the hang time that Shane Larkin can get, but he would have needed a pogo stick to reel in that inbound pass.
Yeah, it was just too hard. I mean, he got his hands on it as a player. When you get your hands on the ball, you really should make the catch, but it was just so hard, and he had no chance. What a bad time to have that kind of turnover.
De Colo defended by Larkin. He'll look to back him down and use his intricate footwork on the inside. Instead, he kicks it to Hackett. Now posts him up once again in what he feels is a better position. Goes to the dribble once again. 4 FS players around him. That leaves Hackett wide open on the perimeter. They beat the shot clock buzzer. Will Clyburn with the offensive board and gets the stick back to 4. Will Clyburn moves to 18 points in the game.
Talk about big moments, and that was a huge moment right there.
So inside to Bryant Dunstan. Oh, that's a hard foul by Daniel Hackett, and we've talked about what a tough defender he is. Not giving Bryant Dunstan a layup opportunity at all. He's been dunked on already once tonight. Now we have a review over at the table. Are they going to be checking to see whether this is an unsportsmanlike foul or a regular foul?
Ron, this is a hard foul, Ron. I don't know what they're going to call it, but this is a good hard foul in basketball in a championship game. Dunstan, you cannot let him go up and dunk that right now. You have an 8-point lead, and you don't want to give up any baskets. And let me tell you something. If Hackett doesn't go down that hard with a guy like Dunstan and the strength he has, it's an automatic 3-point play. How else is Hackett going to get that ball out of his hands? You ask me, that's a good foul. I don't know what they're going to call it. You're supposed to know the exact rules, but you cannot let Dunstan do that.
So the officials back out onto the court. Here's the verdict. It's an unsportsmanlike foul. Oh my goodness. The second unsportsmanlike foul that CSKA Moscow have been hit with tonight. The first was assessed against Kyle Hines, and this one, Daniel Hackett trying to defend Bryant Dunstan in that catchweight matchup down in the low post, using the tools he's got at his disposal, but he's being penalized.
Don't talk to me, Ron. I'm gonna take a 30-second break.
So while Joe R. Lucas gets his composure, because he felt that was fair enough in a championship game, a hard foul for sure, but not an unsportsmanlike, but the call has been made after the review. 2 shots and possession for Anadolu Efes Istanbul. And Bryant Dunstan has done a solid job from the foul line tonight. He's now 6 for 7 in his 12-point haul. He's 1 rebound away from a double-double, a performance index rating of 22.
Am I out of the penalty box?
I think you're back in the game.
How do you stop Bryant Dunstan right there from scoring? You got to come down, man. You got to come down hard. I mean, just, I don't know. I know I'm not supposed to be saying anything, but that's a call where you got to think to yourself that he's doing what he has to do in that position. Didn't get any facial contact, nothing in the head, but here we are, 6 points, Ron.
6 points and all square in the 4th quarter so far. 17 points apiece. Let's listen in to Coach Atterman.
Yes. Boston, Simon, Mike, Adrian, Brian, Shay, you come here to receive the ball. When Shay receive the ball, Adrian, you go to corner. Brian, you go. We go one down with Simon. So you put Anadolu Efes to my kick. Then you attack to Anadolu Efes. Okay. Wait for the pitch. Huh? He's on the game. He's on the game. He's guarding Simon. Good picks here. Okay. Careful tonight.
So the 2 free throws have been made by Bryant Dunstan. Here is the ensuing possession, a potential 5-point trip down the floor for Anadolu Efes Istanbul. We're at the 2-minute mark in the championship game of the 2019 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague final. Anadolu Efes Istanbul trailing by 6, Larkin with the quickness, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with his wheels. Lightning quick Shane Larkin to the glass and gets it to go. A 4-point trip down the floor for FS after that unsportsmanlike foul.
What speed, what agility, and what body control around the basket. Look at him just break down Decolo. Watch his first step, boom, there it is. And he sees Decolo's right leg go back, and he uses his shoulder. Now the up and under, and he stays with the left hand. We saw him the other day go with his right. Back to action, Ron.
So the lead has been whittled down to 4. It was as large as 12 at 71-83 in favor of CSKA. But my goodness, in that time, it's a 10-2 run in favor of Anadolu Efes Istanbul. 4 of the points in that 10-2 run coming after that unsportsmanlike foul call assessed against Daniel Hackett.
Risky play defensively there by Larkin. He's going for the steal behind Higgins. Higgins is a great free throw shooter. You don't want to send him to the line right now too often. You want to play straight up man defense if you can, but you can't blame a man for going for the steal, trying to get an easy basket on the other side.
Corey Higgins was 9 of 10 from the free throw line in his 11-point haul in the semi-final.
And if I'm not mistaken, around 6 of them were at money time.
19 points in the game to lead his team in scoring, make that 20 to put his team up by 6. So deep into crunch time as Shane Larkin pulls up for 3. He ends up on the court. Wide open is Nando De Colo, but the ball doesn't go in his direction. Instead, CSKA electing to slow things down and now into their half-court set.
Yeah, if you're Shane, you got to let that ball get passed around a little bit, come back. You can get that shot off at any time. You don't want to take it too early.
So Higgins working against Larkin. Kabanov puts the ball inside to Hines, who fires a long-range 2 in terms of his shooting range. Couldn't get it to go on the turnaround, Jay. Yeah. Larkin with the quickness once again into the lane. Another reverse. Too strong off the glass. Bryant Dunston with the offensive rebound. A double-double in the championship game for Bryant Dunston. Then catches the ball on the inside. Almost secures another possession. Krunoslav Simone comes up with it. Krunoslav Simone almost lost the dribble. He manages to offload and find Vasilija Micic. Rim shot is rebounded by Nikita Kabanov. And it's a 6-point edge for CSKA Moscow with 30 seconds left in the game. Both teams in the penalty. What will the tactics be? Krunoslav Simone committing the foul, and that is going to be his final contribution on the court in this championship game. He'll foul out with 15 points on 3 of 6 shooting from downtown, 2 of 10 from 2-point range.
It's small little things, Ron, and you never see it creep into a game, but you've seen it tonight. You've seen the experience of CSKA Moscow and the inexperience of Efes here coming down the stretch. There it is, a 6-point game, a 2-possession game, and there are 2 offensive plays. Larkin went a little bit too quick on the first one, and I don't even know what to say about that second offensive. They had three opportunities to get a shot up, and they couldn't get a shot up. So a little bit of inexperience here, and right now you got Clyburn going to the line to try to seal this thing.
Krunoslav Simone with his head in his hands over on the FS bench. Will Clyburn 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. 18 points in the game for him. 4 of 6 from downtown. And you get the sense, well, I was going to say you get the sense that that is probably the ball game, but with Shane Larkin on the court in the manner he's been shooting in this late season, well, the game could still be closed because he is capable of delivering the dramatic. He's got the basketball now. He's being defended by Hines. He blows by him once more. And we'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots, but Anadolu Efes Istanbul need 3s and stops and the ball.
Yeah, it's almost as if they're putting Hines on Larkin as he comes down the floor to use the height so he can't get a good shot off from the 3-point line. And they're just going to let him penetrate to the basket, and he's got to foul him right now. But like you said, right, they don't want to give up the 3 because that is the only thing right now that can get them back in the game.
So to the free throw line for 2 shots, Shane Larkin. Efes 19 for 21 from the free throw line tonight. Shane Larkin has made 10 points from the foul line alone in his game-high 28-point total. So Shane Larkin makes both to move to 29 points in the game. Timeout on the floor. Anadolu Efes Istanbul trailing CSKA Moscow by 6. The fourth quarter has been absolutely deadlocked, Joe, but it's CSKA who have an advantage. Let's see if we can listen in to Coach Adidas.
Okay, so you want it on the backcourt. He backed out. Take it here. Do you want a backcourt? All right. I don't know. I got 4 ball handlers. Nikita, you will be on the front court. Stay over here. I put you as a 3. I have Kyle. Chacho, get in. And get instead of Nikita. Chacho, you're here. This is Corey. This is Nando.
One coach.
Nando. Go.
Right now, Ryan, your main concern if you're CSKA Moscow is just getting that ball in bounds. Kyle Hines is in the game. You got foul shooters on the floor, so that's what you want. Kyle Hines is in the game to set the pick. You see Nicolo and Chacho coming down from full court. You want to get it in and just make sure you don't turn it over on that first pass, because you know Efes is going to be trapping here defensively.
Dosh Balbai into the game, a lightning quick, phenomenal athlete. They get the ball back to Corey Higgins. They can't commit the foul quickly enough. They're not looking to foul, playing straight up.
You have to. You have no other choice but the foul.
And they committed the foul with so many seconds, after so many seconds, ticked off the clock.
Yeah, again, it's a little bit of an experience right there. You have to commit that foul quick. You know you're going to go for the first trap, and you have to have someone on the ball after Clyburn makes that pass. But then after that, you cannot give up 9 seconds on the game clock.
So to the free throw line is the all-time leader in terms of free throw accuracy in the EuroLeague, Nando De Colo. 94% for his career, identical to the numbers he's posted this season. And he makes the first to put this game beyond the reach of Anadolu Efes Istanbul with just 12 seconds remaining. So Nando De Colo remains perfect from the free throw line in his 15-point total in this championship game. Anadolu Efes Istanbul has called timeout, but you're left with a sense that this is going to be a forlorn endeavor. They are down by 8 and just 12.3 seconds remain.
Yeah, Ron, it's just a matter of getting the ball and getting another point, scoring another point, but it's over right now. And wasted a little bit too much time in a couple plays, but it's just a little thing, Ron. I talked about it earlier. A couple out of bounds plays in the first half. Chacho with the 3-pointer, and then Higgins with the cut down the middle. It's 5 points, and it doesn't. You don't think it adds up, but it does in the long run.
Shot and catch ball.
Well, Kronislav Simone can contribute no more in terms of activity on the court, fouling out after posting 15 points and hauling in 10 rebounds as well for a double-double in the championship final. But with just 12 points, 12 seconds to go in the game, Efes will look to catch and shoot immediately and then steal the ball, playing against all probability here. Larkin with the catch, works the dribble, pulls up for 3. Hines with a hand in the face. Shot is short, and that'll do it. CSKA Moscow elect to dribble it out. And sparking jubilant scenes here at the Fernando Buesa Arena. It is CSKA Moscow who celebrates. They are the 2019 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague champions after prevailing in a hard-fought contest against the first-time finalists Anadolu Efes Istanbul. CSKA Moscow are the 2019 champions of the EuroLeague.
Turkish Airlines, 7 days, and Winline. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Coach Atudis rallying his band of championship winners. They are absolutely ecstatic. They kept their composure, they showed their experience and their championship medal. And there are tears of joy amongst the CSKA faithful and indeed the staff members as well. Terrific scenes here at the Fernando Buesa Arena. CSKA Moscow, the EuroLeague champions, for the 8th time in their illustrious history.
Thank you.
You know, Ron, it's hard to say, as you see the difficult faces of the Efes guys, but it's hard to say that a team like CSKA that only lost 6 games all season flew under the radar this year. But they've flown more under the radar this year than they ever have. And that was due to Real Madrid's fast start. It was due to Fenerbahce's dominant, consistent season. And these guys, everybody talks about there's problems here, What's going on with CSKA? They lost 6 games, my man. They lost 1 playoff game. And you see the tears of joy right there by Dimitris Atudis.
Coach Atudis overcome with emotion. One of only 2 Greek coaches to have won the EuroLeague title. He adds to the title that he won in 2016, becoming a 2-time EuroLeague champion. The first Greek coach to win 2 EuroLeague titles. Let's hear from Corey Higgins with 20 points in the game.
Corey, congratulations. CSKA Moscow, 2019 EuroLeague champions. Give me your first thoughts.
I mean, I really have no words right now. I'm exhausted. I have no words. I just want to celebrate with my team. This is unbelievable. Really, it's unbelievable.
How difficult was the game?
It was just like how we expected. It was going to be a fight to the end. They played great. Larkin played great. But we just believe in ourselves. We weren't going to once we got the championship game, we weren't going to let this get away.
Okay, but lately in the big games, you always came from behind. This time you were in control for 39.5 minutes. Was it different?
We didn't want to play like we played yesterday. We're in the semifinals. They out-hustled us. They beat us to loose balls. We had little spells of that today, but we brought a much better fight, and we got it done.
Did you feel less pressure this year? I mean, it seemed that like you were flying a little bit under the radar.
The pressure's always there. As soon as he put on this CSKA jersey, the pressure is always there. So there was no added pressure this year.
Congratulations, enjoy.
Thank you, thank you.
Corey Higgins absolutely spent after giving his all in a terrific effort to help CSKA Moscow to secure that title. And tonight's Adidas Player of the Game is none other than Corey Higgins, who came off the bench with an intensity which had to be seen to be believed. He buried his first 3-point shot coming in off the bench and added and finished with a joint team high 20 points in the game, including 4 of 5 from downtown and a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Corey Higgins with a performance index ranking of 23. What a way to bounce back on what was a tough night from the field in the semi-final, providing a terrific foundation that his team could build upon to ultimately produce their winning effort.
Ron, I got lucky to talk to him on the crossover yesterday. Told you only had 3.5 hours of sleep at night. It was all the adrenaline in it. But the biggest thing about him was he just wanted to kill all the doubters. He wanted to go after the doubters that were thinking that they couldn't do this. And he was so jacked up and ready to play this final game. And he did it, man. He came out. You got to give Corey Higgins so much credit for the way he came out and just crushed it from the beginning.
Well, the celebrations abound among the CSKA players. Let's hear from their coach.
Coach, congratulations on the season. You've said it so many times and you gave so much credit to your players. You said always, they never give up. They always show character.
The reason I have this man on my left is because of that. That's a living proof. He's a living legend. He's the guy that not only I admire, I cannot express my gratitude. The way he treated all this group united in the locker room when they spend a lot of hours. This is my right hand, my left hand, my stomach, my heart. I said in the first title. He's the living example. I have a lot of things to say, but please let Kyle to say some of the things.
Kyle.
I mean, we kept believing. We're a family. From coach, from everybody, from the management, from the whole entire club, we're a family. We believed from day one. When we lost the Final Four last year, we all came together. We had meetings throughout the whole entire summer. We said we're going to keep believing, we're going to keep fighting, and the result shows today.
Coach, this is exactly what you said after last year's Final Four. We have some unfinished business, correct?
Kyle said it on the game 4 over here. We were all celebrating. He just took the words from my mouth, and he just said it. No hard feelings, you know. He's ready to become a coach after probably 10 years. So he said it. Guys, we're not finished. We're going to come over here in that gym and finish the business. That's unbelievable.
How difficult?
It's easy to say it, you know very well as a player, but it's much more difficult, and it's outstanding the job they did, the effort they put over here, all these guys.
Coach, thank you very much. Enjoy, Kyle. Good job.
Thank you so much.
What a wonderful moment between the coach and the man he called his right-hand man, his left-hand man, everything. What a tribute to Kyle Hines, who has become a 4-time EuroLeague champion, from his head coach Dimitris Atoudis, who has won 2 EuroLeague titles now, after engineering the strategy and having his team implement the tactics to take that title.
And let me tell you something about Mr. Kyle Hines, all right, Ryan? The other day when I was at the hotel waiting for their arrival, he was the only player, not the only one, but he was the first player to walk off the bus and walk up to the whole line of kids that were sitting there waiting for him and signed their autographs. Somebody asked him for a shirt, he came in, went into the trainer's bag, grabbed a couple t-shirts and went out and gave them to the kids. Let me tell you something, when you talk about class acts, he's number 1 on the list in this EuroLeague.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to a great European basketball team and this year's runner-up.
Anadolu Efes Istanbul, who have had such a terrific season, making it through to the first final in their history. But on this occasion, they have come away with the runners-up spot. That's progress, and when you consider where they came from in the 2017-18 season, rock bottom in the regular season standings, to come through the league in the way that they did and make it through to the championship game, well, what an improvement Efes have engineered under the auspices of Coach Ataman.
And it's a testament to the EuroLeague, too, to see a team like that to fight through it. My biggest question now is, how do they keep it up? How do they make, you see Real Madrid, Fenerbahce, and CSKA, they have that base of players. How do they keep those players? Now, it's hard, man. These players played well this year. Teams are going to be in the pond fishing for them, my man. So somehow or another, they got to keep that base and keep this winning culture going in Anadolu Efes.
Well, the man presenting the Final Four MVP is Final Four ambassador Andres Nocioni, the 2015 EuroLeague champion and Final Four MVP that year as well.
That's character right there, man. He's oozing with character, this guy.
And the Final Four MVP is the man who leads CSKA Moscow in both rebounding and steals, and who came up with a joint team high 20 points tonight. Will Clyburn, a deserved Final Four MVP after a terrific performance in the championship game tonight.
And they were nervous about him not being able to play this game just yesterday as he went down with an injury at the end of that Fenerbahce game, or the Madrid game, I'm sorry.
He posted
check
18
for 1
points
million
in
Turkish
that semi-final.
Airlines miles and smiles. Congratulations to Will Clyburn, who is going to be flying all over the world during his
Will
vacation
Clyburn,
this
one of the
year.
best athletes in the league.
To the MVP
His rim-rocking exploits always feature on the highlight reels. And perhaps it's appropriate that one of the best leapers in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague has just been rewarded with 1 million air miles from Turkish Airlines. That's going to be a few nice trips for the family.
Listen, man, I gave Sergeant Swat a nickname this year to start the season. To end the season, I think I'm about to give one to Clyburn. I'm going to call him the Nightmare. I like that. You didn't look like you like that too much. He's a matchup nightmare.
Yes, true, true. Is it Lyrical Joe?
I mean, if I have to explain it, it's not as good. I have to talk to him about it.
Well, he presents matchup problems all over the court with his size, with his length, with his quickness, and he uses all of those attributes, Joe, with a basketball intelligence and a tenacity to chase after the loose balls, to put in the second effort. Absolute terrific player, as you say, providing headaches for opposing coaches.
To receive.
Remember when they said he wasn't a three-point shooter? Just 2 years ago? 4 for 6 in the championship game, my man, an MVP award. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, I don't want to be a three-point shooter if I can be that good.
So Kyle Hines has just received his 4th EuroLeague championship trophy. EuroLeague Basketball President and CEO, Mr. Jordi Bertomeu, leading the presentation party on the medal rostrum that has been erected across the center court here at the Fernando Buesa Arena.
Communication of Turkish Airlines.
6 CSKA players were part of the CSKA Moscow side that won the title in 2016. Nando De Colo, Nikita Kabanov, Kyle Hines, Andrei Vorontsevich, Corey Higgins, and Mikhail Kalagin. Kalagin, of course, still sidelined after having that surgery on his left foot in January. But here is the moment of presentation. Here is the moment of coronation for CSKA Moscow, who have been terrific all season long and showed such spirit and composure and fighting qualities in overturning that 14-point deficit yesterday against Real Madrid. And now they have that sweet sense of being presented with their championship trophies. And the President and CEO of EuroLeague Basketball, Mr. Jordi Bertomeu.
Congratulations to all of the players, staff, and fans of CSKA Moscow for this amazing victory and a very exciting game. And finally, the moment the club, its management, and the fans have been waiting for. Mr. Jordi Bertomeu will present the Champions Trophy to the captain of CSKA Moscow, Kyle Hines.
CSKA Moscow are the 2019 EuroLeague champions.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four, Vitoria-Gasteiz champions, CSKA Moscow.
A moment to savor for this Muscovite club. Adding to the titles that they won in 1961, 1963, 1969, 1971, 2006, 2008, and then 2016. They've returned here to the championship game after their disappointment in last year's Final Four, and they have claimed the 8th title in their magnificent history, closing the gap on Real Madrid, who lead the way with 10 titles. Sergio Rodriguez becomes the first Spanish player to win the EuroLeague.
A time for celebration.
with different teams. He won the EuroLeague with Real Madrid in 2015, of course. And he also becomes the first Spanish player to win the ultimate prize in the EuroLeague with a non-Spanish club. Wonderful moments for the fans who have traveled from the Russian capital, and everybody is savoring these magnificent moments and a feeling that they'll look to repeat in the future.
Yeah, Ron, I was just going to say that. I'm going to let him enjoy this moment. I'm not going to bring up the fact that it's so hard to repeat, as Real Madrid found out this year, and it's something that they're going to have to be worried about in the next upcoming season. But look at the other team was going to Buesa, but I want to go with these guys right now, because you know the vodka's going to be flowing. I got a little Russian blood in me, so I'm ready to roll with the boys. I love how many of these players celebrate with their kids now, man. They're here, and it's such a family affair. CSKA talks about family all the time, and they've been talking about it. Coach Adidas talked about it after. Kyle talked about it, and to see them down there with their little kids, man, what a moment for those little young kids.
Well, to the victors, the spoils, as they remain on court amidst all of the tinsel that has trickled down from the rafters here at Fernando Buesa Arena. The long-running dominance that they have over Anadolu Efes Istanbul has continued, dominating this long-standing rivalry now to the tune of 18 victories to 3.
Some downs, but you just kept believing.
You know, we had a lot of ups and downs of the season, and each one of them were very important for us, for our growth, and like I said, for our belief. And like I said, at the end of the day, we got better each game.
Can you show the MVP trophy right here? Will Clyburn, the Final Four MVP.
Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Will.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, the twine being trimmed from the iron here at the Fernando Buesa Arena. A wonderful tradition observed by the champions And even though they've received their championship trophies, and they'll all have their pictures taken with the main trophy that will be added to CSKA Moscow's burgeoning trophy cabinet, that piece of twine is as valuable as almost anything for the champions who have the honor of cutting it down.
Yeah, it's one of the most special moments. You know, it's so crazy. I remember hearing a story about a coach in college and university, Jim Valvano. Every Monday, the first thing they did in practice was cut the nets down. So that he said, we're practicing for the end of the season. And that's it. I don't know if these guys did it, but they certainly looked like they knew what they were doing right there. But they're experienced. They've been here before, Ron.
They certainly have. And all of the staff members talked about the family atmosphere that they foster at CSKA Moscow. And everybody connected with the club, whatever their role, all reveling in this moment right now. And all of them treated with equal respect from everybody within the organization. Of course, it's the superstar players, the phenomenal athletes who come out here and contribute on court, but everybody enjoying this championship moment. So the highlights then. From the championship final, it was Anadolu Efes Istanbul who opened the scoring by burying a three-pointer right off the bat. But then CSKA Moscow found their groove. And once they took the lead, well, the last lead for Anadolu Efes Istanbul, Joe, was at 7-5. After that, CSKA Moscow got their noses in front, and it was a lead they never relinquished. Efes tied on occasion, but they couldn't get their noses in front.
Yeah, we talked about those demons coming in for CSKA. They've been known over the years to blow leads in finals and Final Fours, but both nights, the other night, 14 points down against Madrid, they didn't let it bother them. Tonight, Efes coming back, taking the lead for a little while, and they just maintained their composure. I think that's the biggest word that you can use here, is composure for this team. Flying under the radar is a little bit better and being a favorite coming in this tournament year after year. Seems like every year the favorites are not the ones that can finish off the job, and this year it was CSKA Moscow, who unbelievably isn't a favorite. But anyways, they're here, they're raising the trophy, as you can see right there, and it's all about the Russians right now.
And take us inside the numbers, Joe. Nothing in it in the rebounding stats, but just look at the three-point shooting disparity.
Yeah, the biggest thing that calls out to me is 15 for 40 from Anadolu Efes on the two-point area. That's something that CSKA did. You know, you needed them to stop the perimeter, but you see what CSKA did from 3 points themselves, 64%, 14 for 22 for the floor. Hard to beat that, Ron.
Well, CSKA Moscow hitting their shots at terrific percentages on the biggest stage of all. And the winner, the man who topped the leaderboard of the HEED Turkish Airlines flight time, is none other than Bryant Dunstan, who spent a grand total of 18.54 seconds in the air, just pipping Kyle Hines by less than a second. But perhaps that dunk was the decisive play in getting Bryant Dunstan to the top of that leaderboard. And he will now receive air miles from Turkish Airlines. The wonderful technology from our boffins, able to calculate how long the athletes spend in the air. And here, the moment of victory, as sweet as it possibly gets for CSKA Moscow.
It's what it's all about, man. When you come together in late August, early September, and you go to preseason, you're practicing 2-3 times a day, you're sweating, you're getting yelled at by the coach, and you're putting it all together. You know that 8-9 months later, man, this is what it's all about, to raise that cup and have that confetti falling down on you and just start to celebrate. It's only one team gets to do it, Ron. It may be unfair for most of the other ones, but right now, CSKA Moscow, 2019 champions, and there's their owner right there, lifting the cup.
So the world's press clamoring to speak to the champions who are remaining out on court here. Just drinking in this atmosphere, soaked in champagne. That sweetest combination. of champagne and sweat. There was blood shed by some of the players as well, but all of these bumps and bruises and scrapes and scratches worth it, as they have come away with the accolade of being the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague champions.
This is it for us, Ron. They're closing us out. I just want to say thank you to you, man. It's been a pleasure working with you for the first time this final. Thank you to Lucy. Thank you to Ross. Thank you to all the people at IMG for making our job so easy out here. I can't wait till the 2020 season.
Likewise, Joe, a big thanks to everybody here. But it just remains for me, Ronald McIntosh, on behalf of Joao Lucas and the rest of the team, to say that the fairy tale season of Anadolu Efes Istanbul ends in heartbreak at the final hurdle, as they've been defeated by CSKA Moscow, the Reds from the Russian capital, securing their 8th EuroLeague title.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with